It's recording?
Sick.
Okay, we're in, bro. Finally,
it.
we're getting it done. Luke, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Episode number 6. We're back. We didn't want to record, guys, until I was able to find a good barber. But I just can't find them, so we just had to start recording again. Dude, it's bad.
It's very Austin. Bad. Yeah, I got a haircut last week too, bro. $25. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best. But I honestly wasn't even planning on getting a haircut. I just walked by a barber as I was going to buy groceries for the week, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll try it. And I went in, and a nice Chinese old lady, she cut my hair for me. Very nice lady, but yeah, I don't know if it.
Is it called Suzanne's barber or something, or Susu's or something like that?
Her name is Zook. Or something like that.
Something with
something
a U.
like that. Yeah.
For $25.
Yeah.
They're all the same. They bring them into the country. They're all the same. Christos, where'd you get yours cut, man? Yours looks pretty clean.
Yeah, honestly.
Sports clips
dude.
As well?
Yeah. Which one? Dude, honestly, I might just hit up all the different sports clips so I can get the free head massage every time I cut a new one. But
I'm giving up, man. I'm giving up. I just wait till I go somewhere else and get it cut, bro. First thing I land, I'm with my carry-on. I'm looking all like I just. You ever watch? What was it called? Castaway?
No, I haven't.
You don't know the movie Castaway? It's old movie. This guy, he's like flying a FedEx airplane and it crashes, and then he ends up on an island for like years. And then I just get off the airplane looking like that. I go straight with my carry-on to the barber shop. The guy's looking at me, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? He looks pissed.
My uncle looks like that, legitimately. But he chooses to look like that. We've been telling him for years to trim his beard and his hair, but he refuses.
Uncle from South Africa?
Yeah, it's my dad's brother. Yeah, Scott. Great uncle. Very nice. Grew up, very close. Aiden's dad, Aiden.
Of course.
Yeah. So, looks very scraggly.
He likes the scruffy look.
Yeah, the rugged look,
Rugged look. Hey man, there's taste for everybody, you know.
Absolutely.
What I mean? So, some from South Africa, brother. Born in South Africa.
Born and raised in South Africa. Yes.
Which part?
So I was born in Johannesburg. I've lived in the same house my whole life. My parents still live there. My mom's from Pretoria and my dad is from West Rand, which is where we live now. So yeah, pretty much my whole life in the same place.
That's pretty sick, man. Growing up, what age were you introduced to jiu-jitsu?
So I was introduced pretty early. My dad's been doing martial arts for a very long time, and by the time I was about 6 years old, he was a purple belt, and he started teaching me and my sister from home. And so we started from 5.
Who was it that I had on the podcast who also his dad was training? Was it Reese?
I think Reese said his dad also trained him. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. Are you gonna put your kids into jiu-jitsu?
I'm definitely gonna make them do it. I won't force them to compete, but I think it's definitely something that's necessary while they're growing up. I hated jiu-jitsu growing up. From 5 to 14, hated it.
No way.
I was lazy. I didn't want to train. My dad forced me to do it. My mom and dad used to have fights about it. My mom would be like, he doesn't want to do it. Just let him do something else. My dad would be like, no. They have to do it. Thank goodness for my dad. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
And you know who had the same story to tell me on the previous or 2 previous episodes? Satoshi.
Oh, really?
Satoshi.
That's interesting.
His dad, Satoshi's like, I wanted to do soccer.
Yeah.
I wanted to play baseball.
Yeah.
Bro, I think he'd do pretty good in baseball.
Dude, he'd be a good baseball player for sure.
Strong man.
He's yoked.
And you drill with him, huh?
I drill with him, pretty much every day.
So pretty watching him do throws. It's pretty to watch, not pretty to be on the receiving end.
Honestly, though, I really feel like it is actually better for me because a lot of times when you're drilling with someone who's not proficient in a move, it ends up like being more uncomfortable than if someone can do it like seamlessly like he can.
Yeah.
And so even though I'm getting thrown like 360 degrees through the air, it feels better than like someone doing a shitty Uchimata on me,
He told me something super interesting, Satoshi-san. He was like, "Okay, very important."
Yeah.
It's true.
It is.
Dude, I'm teaching every day and I realize it's the same thing. Like,
yeah.
I think Judo Jiu-Jitsu, same thing. Like, especially if you're drilling foot sweeps, you have to put training wheels on for your training partner first. Training wheels, like you gotta help him get the move at first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel Satoshi, when you drill with him, he does it very well.
He does.
And then even when you're a shitty uke, he hits the foot sweep very nicely.
Yeah. So he's so nice to me whenever we're doing judo. Like my judo is terrible. it's getting there. We're getting there with the help of Satoshi-san, drilling every day, you know. Yeah. But he's so patient with me. I'll hit a move and I'll ask him. He's like, "Oh no, you do good. And we'll keep practice." Yeah. You know. So he's always very nice for me to me, and he helps me as much as he can. But
I'm pissed on that episode. I didn't pick his brain more. Well, I mean, I do it in a training room, but I didn't pick his brain more on like things you can do solo to train. You know, like they do footwork drills. We don't do footwork drills in jiu-jitsu, really. You know what I mean? But I feel like in judo, like if you're developing judo, you may want to know a couple of like footwork drills, things that they do.
Dude, John, I'm pretty sure John showed us a couple a while back. And we had to do the solo drills, and he was like, anytime you're in your living room, anytime you're at a gas station,
that's true.
you do the 3-step pattern for the Taitoshi, actually.
And we all did it at the gas station.
Dude, I heard he put a homeless guy down at the gas station.
Who did?
That's the story, John.
No way.
I'm pretty sure he was just talking shit to us, but
no. If he was saying it, if he said he did something, say it. What's the story? I was probably not here. What was it?
I didn't hear the whole thing, but I heard from a bunch of other people that he was at the gas station. It's something happened and John dropped him with Taitoshi.
It's so crazy, John, man. Like he sits in like what do you call it, butterfly pose?
Yeah.
Stands up, hits a move perfectly, sits back down, and then it's not like you see him. I mean, maybe over the years he's done it so many times. He hits it so perfectly.
I know. And sometimes he'll be like, "Oh man, I just watched this and I think it can be very useful from wrestling into jiu-jitsu or whatever."
Yeah.
And it's like, from what it sounds like, it's the first time he's ever doing it. But when you see him do it, it looks like he's done it 1,000 times.
Exactly.
It's insane.
The same with Satoshi. It's that level, man. It's just, there's always room for improvement, man. You know, I remember one thing that struck me one day. I was in, where was it? I think it was we were doing the Modolfo camp.
Oh, yeah.
And I was sitting with Mo, and I was sitting with these guys, and they're like, let's fucking design these tank tops, start selling these things. Basically, what I was doing, I was trying to find, like, side hustles. You know what I mean? Gordon's like, how about you get better at jiu-jitsu? I'm like, fuck, he's so right, man. I mean, if he thinks I suck, that means I gotta get better. You know what I mean? But yeah, so 5 till 14, you said you were uninterested at all.
Much, yeah.
But so the Satoshi dad method and then your dad method proved to be
the right method. Yeah. And thankfully, like, you know, it wasn't like I was doing only jiu-jitsu, right? I played a lot of sports growing up. I played tennis. I did play soccer for a little bit. I played rugby, you know, so I played a lot of sports growing up. And jiu-jitsu was just something that my dad wanted us to do in particular because of the way he grew up. Right? He grew up getting in a lot of fights. First day of kindergarten, he got in a fight.
Let's go.
I'm pretty sure there were like hundreds throughout. Yeah. And so he didn't want us to go into that, you know, potentially having the same thing and not being able to defend ourselves. Yeah. So that was the reason that we didn't have a choice. But little did he know it would actually end up with me doing this as a profession. You know,
sick.
Yeah,
sick. And your sister too, Hannah, by the way, behind us here. Let me know if he says any bullshit. You blink twice. You call him out, okay?
This is my opportunity to expose what a bad sister she is.
No,
I'm just kidding.
No, Hannah too as well. Great potential.
Absolutely,
beast,
absolutely, yeah.
Now that you're fucking, I don't know how many pounds now I train with Hannah.
Yes.
No, I stopped training with you. Thank you for your time, Luke.
Bro, honestly, I think she's stronger than me. Like pound for pound, I think she's stronger.
Pound for pound, she's way stronger.
She's definitely stronger.
100%. And technical too. Good.
I don't know about technical, but the strength is on point, you know?
Come on, Hannah. You will show him one day. You'll show him. No, but I feel it's so important, man. Nowadays, like you see it more and more. People are soft, you know, like the generation nowadays is soft, everything. And then it's refreshing to hear like you were forced or you had to like overcome, like,
absolutely, yeah,
and then do something you didn't want to do to get something you wanted.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's super important.
No, absolutely. I definitely think that people have a mentality where they, as soon as something gets tough, they give up.
Yeah.
And you know, nothing in life comes easy. You know, you have to work for anything that you want. And it's going to take time, it's going to take effort, and you have to put your head down and keep moving forward. So
what clicked that made you like start to like it and then start to now you're here in Austin.
Yeah.
You were in South Africa. I first saw you in Poland, competing everywhere. Like, how did you switch that perspective or mindset or whatever?
Yeah. So I think, you know, with anything in life, when you're not good at something, you don't like it as much, right? So I think in the beginning, obviously you suck at something, you don't enjoy it because you're not good.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you start improving, you're like, okay, maybe I enjoy this a little bit more. And so I got to the point where I was doing a couple of local tournaments, and I was, doing pretty well. I'd beat like anyone my age I would beat up pretty easily. And then I started hopping into the adult divisions, and I was winning a lot of those too. And so that's when I really started enjoying it. And I finished school, so both Hannah and I were homeschooled as well. So we had a lot of time to train and do whatever we wanted, And so I finished school 17, and I went on in South Africa we have something called matric holiday. So matric is your last year of school. So grade 12th grade, right? So that's your matric year. After matric, you go on a matric holiday. So most people go. There's like a weekend called Rage Festival where you go for like 3 weeks to the coast and you just party and shit like that, right? So instead of that, I had family in Switzerland. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go to Switzerland for 3 weeks.
Sick.
So I was like, okay, from there I'll decide what I was gonna do. And I spent some time with my family out there. And then when I got back, I was like, okay, well, I thought about it. I want to do jiu-jitsu full time. And so that's when I started training as much as I possibly could. I opened my own academy at the same time.
You opened your own academy?
Yeah.
No way.
It's still running. My dad runs it. Yeah.
Oh, is that the
Cornerstone Jiu-Jitsu?
That's your academy?
That's my academy. Yeah.
Guys, shout out. What is the name?
Cornerstone Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah.
Cornerstone.
Cornerstone.
How did I not even know?
Yeah.
So every episode I learn something about these guys, man. I love it. Shit, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, my dad's doing a good job. A couple of guys out there doing really well in South Africa. So hopefully in the future they'll be coming out here doing well in international competitions.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So your plan is right now you moved to Austin. You're trying to live here.
Yeah.
And your dad is running the academy. You would like to have your parents with you?
Yes. Yeah, I would.
Who would be good to run the academy once they leave?
Okay, so there's a lot of potential. Okay, like for my parents to be here, it's gonna take a few years. So my dad would have a lot of time. Right now, the highest ranking student he has is a blue belt. They have a few stripes, right? Okay. But realistically, by the time he would be able to come here, if he ever came here, they would be potentially brown or close to black belt. And then in addition to that, Aiden. Is there. From what I understand, he likes it back there. He has no intention of moving here. I could be mistaken.
Nice, man.
But he's obviously very close. We're like brothers. We grew up doing everything together, and so I think he would be a pretty good candidate. If he wanted to run the school, he could do it. In addition to any of the other students that my dad is coaching right now.
So doing jiu-jitsu growing up, you were coaching as well, no?
So I didn't coach until I started, wanting to do this full time. I wanted to make a little bit of money, and to be able to train and still do stuff because I didn't have a regular job. Thankfully, the gym. So my dad, we have a decent sized property back home. And we had a gym on our property, though, like growing up. So we would always just train right at our own house. And then I opened the academy in that gym. So I didn't have to pay for rent. I didn't have to pay for anything. And so I started very slowly. I started with one student. I had one student only for like 4 or 5 months. And now my dad has got like, it's still pretty small. It's a very small space, probably smaller than your living room. It's tiny. So I think he's got maybe like 15 to 20 adults and like 30 kids that he does.
That's sick,
so
man.
It's still small, but yeah, it does well. Eventually we did well enough to where we could break down some of the walls and actually expand it.
That's a good thing, man.
Yeah, so yeah, it's growing well.
So in the area where you are, the sport is growing now, and
it's
everything.
definitely growing a lot. Yeah. It's still like it's tiny in comparison to here, and even Europe is so much bigger. Yeah. But there's a couple good promotions. There's a guy named Alistair Bishop. He trains at the gym that I used to train at. He runs a very good promotion. It's called Submission Kings, and he's actually started paying athletes to compete. So it's definitely growing. With guys like him, it's going a lot further than it would have without him. Yeah.
You miss it back home a bit?
Honestly, no.
Not at all?
Dude, no. Not
Zero?
Like, I miss my family and friends, but I don't miss being in South Africa. Like, I love it here. And I think the thing is, like, I didn't do anything in South Africa, and I don't do anything here. So what I was doing there is exactly what I'm doing here. So I don't really have time to think about what I was doing there, because I'm always training here.
Yeah.
And so because I love training, I don't miss it back home because I'm doing the same thing, you know.
But you do have some cool like sceneries there.
Oh,
It
yeah,
looks
beautiful.
nice.
Yeah,
Nature is pretty cool from what I hear. You guys have like you drive around and then you see what kind of wildlife are you seeing?
Yeah. There's a lot of wildlife. So it's actually, it's quite cool because about 15 minutes drive from my house is a place called the Cradle of Humankind, right? So you got like museums and stuff in there, like a dinosaur museum. Hannah, what else is the shit in the Cradle? Like the historical stuff. They have like caves and shit, like ancient caves or whatever with like shit in like written on the walls and rhinos. Yeah, but we'll get into that, right? So you have the museums, and then there's also nature conservation. So 10 minutes, you used to ride my bike around there, and there's lions, bro. There's a fence separating you between like 10 lions. And
I'm sure that the fence is top of the line, well sealed.
No. So if you have lions, right, in an enclosure, you have to have 2 fences because this is the rules. It's not everywhere, like that, but
some we can just put one. It's fine, no problem.
You're not allowed to have one, but some people, you know, like in such a remote area, like no one comes to check. So
yeah.
But in this area, because it's very densely populated, like very touristy, people are cycling around there all the time, every single day.
That's crazy.
So as you ride past, the lions get put in here while they're getting ready to feed them outside. So they're not like completely wild. I mean, they're wild, but they're not free to roam everywhere. Like they're enclosed in a decently fair space. But when they have to clean them and do all that shit, they bring them into this place next to the street.
Okay.
And so when you ride past, then they run along the fence next to you.
The lions?
Yeah.
Sick, man.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool to see.
So it's not a zoo.
It's not a zoo. It's not a zoo. So you can go in, right, and do safaris there. And then when you're in the safari side, they're running around. You can see them like they'll take down or whatever prey. If you get lucky, you see them take down a bookie, which is like like an antelope or whatever, you know. So you've seen
it before.
I've seen that before. Yeah.
What was your like?
Dude, it's scary, bro. It's honestly, it's awesome to watch, but it's kind of scary to like. You see like another animal that's like desperately trying to get away, and there's like 5-6 lions, ripping it apart. It's, I think it's
5-6, huh?
Yeah. So mostly when the lions hunt, the females hunt, right? And then they hunt in like between 5 and 10 lions.
That's so cool.
Yeah. The males mostly by themselves. Yeah.
So you've seen that thing happen, like
I've seen it not a bunch of times. It's rare to see, but I've seen it once happen. Yeah.
So 15 minutes from the house, you have that
yes,
park.
Yeah. So that park is one of the smaller ones, but it's definitely a big tourist attraction. And then where Aiden lives, like 5 minutes from his house, that's more, I would say, also nature conservation, but more of a zoo kind of thing. Like you can go in and pet like lion cubs and stuff like that.
Oh, that's crazy.
And you can go in, and there's a guy who gets out with the adult lions, and he feeds them and shit. You can't get out as someone that doesn't know the lions, but the zookeeper, so to speak, he can go in there and whatever.
Yeah.
Still pretty risky if you ask me. Not a huge fan of that, but you can do it. Yeah.
I don't know. There's stories of it like going wrong. We don't have to share, but
yeah, dude. There's a guy that not like close to us. There's a guy who lived in with a pride of wild lions, and he raised them like from cubs into like grown adults, and they were like all cool with him. And one day they were walking wherever, and he tripped and fell. And as he tripped, that kind of like triggered something, and they like jumped on him and they killed him. So it's like, even though they know you, like there's still deep down there's that, wild animal like killer instinct in them. I don't think wild animals can ever truly be like completely tamed.
I mean, that's why like human beings are separated from.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's crazy, but I'm happy to hear they're not like in little cages.
No. Yeah,
like
obviously you have the zoos, like the legit zoos, but I'm not a huge fan. I went to the zoo when I was like a kid, but I haven't been in years. Not a fan of that.
I prefer that stuff in the wild.
Yes, yeah. So the Kruger National Park, that's one of the biggest ones, right? There, that's proper wild stuff. Like none of them are in cages. Just everything is walking around. You can go in there as a tourist. They have enclosed camps for the tourists. So the animals are not closed up. If you want to sleep, you need to go into these places, right? So when we were kids, my dad used to rent like an RV, and we'd go, the four of us, for like 3 weeks, and we'd go in the RV to this place, and my dad would just drive all the way through to the top. Not a huge fan of that. It's way too long in the wild for me. Like, you can't do anything, right? You're just stuck driving for the whole time. You are seeing this, right?
What are you seeing?
Everything: rhino, buffalo, lion, hippo, everything. You're seeing everything.
And how long is that?
How big is it, or
how long? The drive, like the whole.
So you can drive the whole thing in, I would say, 4 or 5 days.
Damn, the whole way you're seeing wildlife.
Yeah, the whole way.
That's amazing. You for sure you catch kills.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, if you're there for long enough, you're in the right spots, you can definitely see some elephants. Dude, elephants are so scary, bro.
Yeah,
not a fan. I've been chased by elephants.
You have been?
100%.
No,
dude, in the
way.
car. Yeah.
In the car, an elephant
they
chase you?
Off the car.
Yeah, because they're super territorial.
Yeah,
I see.
so if they come close to you, it's fine. But if you come too close to them, then they get angry and they start chasing, bro. To try and reverse away from an elephant, bro.
Oh, you're seeing it in front of you,
bro. Terrifying.
I would rather do like skydiving than have that shit happen to me.
Honestly, I think me too.
Then I see an elephant angry at me, fucking ugh.
Yeah, and like the scariest thing is when you can't see them. So you can be driving slowly down the road, and then they run out from like the bush, right? And you don't see them; they just run out right in front of you. That's like next level scary stuff, because they'll flip the RV like so easily, dude. I've seen them, like, if you see like Google videos of elephants flipping a car and they just trample it, dude.
No, and then the people inside.
Get either sometimes injured, sometimes killed. But
kebab.
Yeah, pretty much.
Done.
Pretty much.
Fucking thin chicken cutlets.
Yeah, exactly.
But elephants, they don't eat human beings, huh?
No.
So they're cooking it for.
For the lions. They're making sure that the lions have
nice and toasty.
Yes.
Under the sun, get that good crunch.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Baked.
But
that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
I've never I would love to see that stuff.
Dude, yeah. I would say the coolest thing, like the closest you get, is the hyenas. Okay, so the camps that you stay in at night, the people always like to feed the animals, right? You're not supposed to do it, but the hyenas are like, they're scavengers, so they don't, like, they very rarely hunt their own food. Something else will die, or someone else will kill something, and they come in and they steal it.
Yeah.
So they come in at night, and every night as the sun sets, like clockwork, they come and they start circling the camp fence, and then people throw food over for them.
Hyenas?
And you can see them like to me and you. There's a fence between us, but it's this close that you can see it, like proper wild.
No.
Yeah.
What about wild dogs?
Wild dogs are much rarer because they're endangered. But
they're endangered?
Yeah.
How come? That's so interesting. I love that.
Yeah.
I love how you know all that shit, though.
Dude, I mean, growing up in South Africa, I don't know nearly as much as a lot of people. I probably should know more. But yeah, wild dogs. I don't even know why they're endangered. To be honest with you, I couldn't tell you. But there's not many of them, so very rare to see. But beautiful. They always run in big packs.
In packs.
Yeah.
So nice. And you don't miss that?
Honestly,
you've seen it enough.
I've seen it enough. Yeah. And it's nice. Like, I'm happy to see that on YouTube. You know.
No, man. It's not the same.
But I grew up with it.
Because you've seen it, you can relate to.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. I see what you mean. Yeah. I guess. I mean, I've never been, so for me, it's like something super cool. But you're not close to the beach, huh? Johannesburg's more like in the center.
So I'm like 6 hours drive from the closest beach. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But you must have like rivers, lakes, things like that.
So Aiden lives next to a dam called. So all the lakes that you guys have, we would call a dam. We don't call it a lake.
Dam.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he lives next to a dam called Hartbeespoort Dam, right? So he used to be able to, like, same like Lake Travis, like boating and whatnot, but now it's so full of like shit, you can't go in there. Like, you can, but
shit,
like little like
hippos.
Feces.
No,
like,
feces.
Yeah, like actual shit.
No, man. How the fuck did it get there?
No, so bro, so everything in South Africa is messed up, bro. So like all the like,
I can't wait to get into all
the sewage systems and shit is like broken down, and so everything goes into the dam.
Into the dam,
bro.
Damn,
so yeah, so yeah, you can boat in there if you want to, but most likely you're coming out covered in your neighbor's shit, you know. Yeah.
Imagine you come out in Big Dan's shit by mistake. You neighbors with Big Dan.
I know.
You're not getting out of the water, bro. You're
that
gonna
thing's sinking you.
Your body's gonna dissolve in the water.
Oh yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, there's a couple of lakes that are clean, that are smaller, but yeah, most of them are not they're not safe to swim in. You know,
You don't swim in them.
no, the beach. You go to the beach to swim. Yeah.
Okay. What about like let's say an hour drive, 2 hour drive, a bit further out of the city,
Yeah.
something a little bit more like what I'm trying
clean.
to get to. Like,
Yes.
what about like the crocodiles, the
Okay, yeah,
hippos,
yeah,
all
yeah.
that? Can you drive somewhere and see them?
Yeah, so again, that same place we were talking about, Kruger Park, hippos, everything's there. Literally any animal that is in Africa will be in that park.
Oh,
Right,
man.
so everything is right there.
You know what I just remembered?
What's that?
Speaking of hippos, man, there's one story you told me from driving back from.
Yes, yeah. About the
You were
first-
in the car, huh?
Yeah,
Christos
you
was
remember?
knocked out in the back. I remember, yeah.
the one with the wedding?
The wedding, man.
Bro, yeah.
But so it wouldn't be like the wedding wouldn't be in there. Right?
No.
In
So
the camp,
this is
yeah.
not in South Africa. This is in Zambia, Hannah?
I think so, yes.
I think in Zambia.
Zambia's
a
neighboring
little bit
country up
yes,
north.
Yeah. And
So cool.
so
man.
there, the river, like that's wild. That's also another level of wild. So there you have properties on the river, right?
Zambia is more wild than South
Yeah,
Africa.
because South Africa is still one of the, it's like the only working country left in South Africa. It's not working, but it's the only one. It's working the best out of the rest, right? So all the other countries are kind of more broken down and kind of more wild again.
That's insane, man.
And so there's a river, I can't remember what it's called now, but crocodiles and hippos in there, and they got married, and they were taking their wedding photos on the lake, and the hippo knocked the boat over and chowed the bride, ate the bride. I don't know if you guys use chow.
May her soul rest in peace. And,
Yeah.
and I'm sure she was beautiful on that
Yeah.
day, man. It's sad, man.
I mean, she
It's
sure
just
as hell
such a
looked good.
sad
She looked
story.
good to
This
the
guy's
hippo,
fucking
bro.
cracking up, man.
Bro,
No,
can you
for
imagine
real,
though?
man. It's so sad,
you
man. I
imagine?
want to cry, man. right now.
don't
I
worry,
won't,
it's
I won't.
okay.
I'll hold it. I'll keep it
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
But that's crazy, man. That
Yeah.
it's that level of wild.
Yeah,
I mean,
but again, also like hippos, not like people don't realize this, but I think hippos kill the most amount of people every year than
Yeah.
most other wild animals. You know,
they're territorial too.
they're just very aggressive. So, and they're more common like to not be enclosed in like a proper wildlife conservation.
Oh,
like,
you can't like deal with them.
You can, but it's hard, like because they're underwater, right? You can't always see them, so they don't actually breathe underwater, but they can hold their breath for long periods of time. So they actually walk on the bottom of the dam or the lake, and then they
Wow.
push up to breathe, and they go back down. So you can't always check them. So there's actually a place called
So nice.
it's called Cradle Moon, also very close to my house. There's a dam there. It's a mountain bike park. You can hike, you can do mountain biking, you can swim in the dam. And they hold open water swimming events there, bro. So they held a open water swimming event, bro. There was a hippo in the water, bro. Everyone was swimming, and there's a hippo. They had to get everyone out of the water, and they end up actually, I think they darted it and they relocated it. But yeah,
They dart it, so they put it to sleep.
they put it to sleep and then they take it somewhere else. Yeah, but sometimes like if you can't dart, you gotta kill it. You know,
How did they see it though?
it came up to breathe. Yeah,
And people were just
and
swimming.
people were swimming. Yeah.
Oh my god. Man.
Yeah.
That was in South Africa.
Yeah, right. 10 minutes from my house. Yeah. So
See, that's so cool.
yeah.
That's, I mean,
it's not that cool. I mean, if you're in the water, you shit your pants, you know.
But it's like in Florida, they have these sharks now getting close to the water.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not comparable. I mean,
No, I
hippos,
mean,
like,
it's dude. I mean, sharks. That's a scary animal to come into account with too.
so that's. Would you say that's one of the cool things about your upbringing growing up, like your access to like wildlife, nature, being connected a bit?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's a huge blessing to be able to like experience so much nature, you know, and really at our doorstep, you know, if we're being honest, you know, especially where I live, is really like there's direct access to like wildlife, you know.
Yeah.
So that was definitely awesome growing up. You know, when you're a little kid, everything like that's awesome. You know, like so like
Yeah.
you know, 5 years old, and you're seeing a lion, and you're like, oh shit, that's so cool.
It's a good memory.
Yeah, absolutely. But so yeah, I definitely think that was a huge blessing growing up.
Now, what about the not so blessing? Like, what do you
Yes.
prefer here, let's
Yeah.
say, to back home in South
Yeah.
Africa?
Just
I know some things you prefer there from here.
yeah, that for sure. Yeah, there's definitely things about South Africa that I love, And I would just say the biggest thing is the way how everything works, right? So like right now in South Africa, we have something called load shedding, which is basically power outages that's scheduled, right? So there's a schedule for power outages. The company who is in charge of power to the whole country has not been maintaining the power plants across the country, and they've been stealing money that's been invested, right? So what happens now is that they don't have the money to maintain, and they also don't have the money to keep the power going full time. So right now, I would say they're in like stage 6 or 7, where they have 8 to 10 hours a day there's no power.
That's insane.
Right, and it can be split up. However, like we actually have an app. It's called Eskom Sopus, and it basically just means, I'm not going to say what it means in English. It's bad, but
I have an idea.
Yes.
From how you, I mean, I don't speak.
Yes.
It's Afrikaans.
Afrikaans, yeah. But it's basically just making fun of Eskom, right? And it tells you what time you're not going to have power in your area, so you can plan like what you need to do in your day according to when the power is going to go out.
Oh, is that on an app or something?
It's on an app, yeah.
Oh my God, man.
So it's that's crazy. Like for me here, everyone was like, in the wintertime here, everyone was like, oh man, the power's out. It like the ice came, and like everyone's like, man, I haven't had power for 4 hours. Like, bro, I haven't had power like in South Africa for like 2 weeks at a time, bro. Like, what are you talking about? 4 hours is nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Lebanon is very similar.
Yeah.
Lebanon, they have that stuff too.
So in terms of that, like that's a huge plus of being here. Public transportation. Never once did I use public transportation in South Africa. Not one time.
Smart.
It doesn't exist, right? Like, so you have taxis, right? But not safe. Again, like every single taxi that you see on the road is gonna have been held together with duct tape, bro. I've seen taxis held together with duct tape. Most taxi drivers buy their driver's license. They don't take a driver's test. They just buy their driver's license. And so they're always, end up, every now and then, it should be on the news more often, but you see on the news a taxi in an accident killing like 20 people, right? So the taxi seats 8 people, but they put 20 people in a taxi. Everyone it's like packed sardines, bro.
This is so reminiscent of Lebanon.
Yeah,
they have similar things.
Exactly, right? They don't obey the rules of the road. They just drive, and so they end up crashing all the time. So that's that. If you want public transportation, you have that.
That's
right?
amazing.
You don't have buses. You used to have them downtown. Not anymore. Buses don't work. The trains don't work anymore. Literally nothing. So when I came here,
the trains don't work. So there's like
trains don't work anymore.
Trains just stopped. Their stations.
The trains are stopped. The stations are trashed. They're literally stealing the railroad.
The railroad?
The actual railroad. They're literally stealing the railroad.
So there's no more rails.
Yeah.
Like
there's no rails left.
So the train goes, no rail. The rail.
Yeah. So they steal it and they sell it for scrap metal. So they, scrap for cash. They take it to the scrap yard and they get $50.
The hustle is real, huh?
Yeah.
In South Africa.
Dude, I must actually see if I can find a photo for you of the train station, of the railroad in Johannesburg. Bro, you can't see the tracks. It's just full of trash, like rubbish and shit.
No.
Dude, it's insane. So for me coming here, and even in Austin, people are like, oh, the public transportation's terrible. Yeah, maybe the bus is 10 minutes late, but you guys have a bus. You guys have the train, So like for me, that was a huge like difference. Like I'm not used to that at all. And then as well as being able to walk around, like you can't walk around in like downtown Johannesburg. It's not safe.
Not even in the day?
No, not anytime.
What is downtown like?
Just crime, dude. It's crime infested. Like you have a lot of businesses there, but there's stabbings, shootings there every day.
In the day as well?
Every day. During the day, during the night, whenever. Yeah.
Wow.
One of my dad's good friends actually used to have a bottle store there. And they tried to rob him a bunch of times, and they'd have to fight them off and whatever.
How'd they fight them off? Like they had
shooting at them. Yeah.
Wow. That's
so
amazing.
downtown, it's called Joburg CBD, right? So you go there, you don't walk around.
No.
Yeah, not at all. And it's mostly like foreigners. Honestly, like that's where I'm not gonna actually say where they're from because I could get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
But like it's all like the prostitute, like the drug lords, like the pimps and stuff. They're all down there. So everything that's like bad that you can think of is there, it's right downtown, So it used to be if you look at photos of downtown Johannesburg 30 years ago, it looks like Austin. It looks like downtown Austin, looks great. Maybe a little bit longer, like 40, 50 years ago.
Okay.
But now it just looks like it's terrible.
Yeah, similar with Lebanon, but what changed? Like, what do you think made it like so that started going so bad?
Yeah.
Just corruption, people like.
Yeah, I would just say corruption. I mean, I can't speak like too much about like exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, just there's a change in government, and the thing is, the government before was very bad in other areas.
Yeah.
And this government is just terrible at a lot of other stuff, right?
Okay.
So, the corruption and stuff, it's just terrible.
Just live with the animals.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Fuck
Dude,
it.
honestly,
it's probably maybe better.
It probably is. At
Probably
this point.
better living with the animals,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's territorial. Don't get close there. This one's fine. At least you don't have to worry about getting robbed and shit, man. It's getting to the point where it's better to sleep with animals.
Dude, I mean, I used to sleep with my dogs every night, bro. No, but yeah, I mean, it's just the corruption is really bad, unfortunate, and like you said, it really is. It's a beautiful country. Like if South Africa was run properly, it could be one of the most prosperous countries in the world.
Yeah.
Africa has everything. We've got oil, we've got minerals. We've got everything there.
Yeah.
So if we could just actually run the country properly, it would be like a gold mine.
That's insane, man. And imagine the amount of talent that would come out of there.
Well, exactly, dude. I mean,
people with insane, like fucking genetics and shit.
Dude, I'm telling you, look at Davis, bro, from Ghana.
That's one
African
example.
Specimen right there,
Dude, no, I used to play. I probably said it on the podcast before. I used to play in a it's called Ligue Africaine. It's African League. It's called.
Yeah.
And it's teams. Okay, it's from people from Africa, basically.
Yeah.
And I wanted to play in whatever league. I just wanted to get time on the court when I used to play and everything. So I joined the African. I was one of the 4 or 5 non-black 6 foot something massive fucking jacked huge athletic technical, like they're gifted, man.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So imagine like those countries get like more mats, better like,
dude, it would be
infrastructure.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah.
More money in that continent would be crazy.
Well, that's the thing, right? People invest money and it gets stolen. That's the problem that we have. So, like, the government now got money for COVID. It disappeared. No one knows where it went. They literally said that in the news.
That's amazing.
It's disappeared.
Disappeared.
It's gone missing. We don't know where it is.
Someone burnt it. The Joker. It's the Joker.
I know.
The Joker is back.
Yeah.
He burnt it.
So, that's the issue. Like
the Joker.
Yeah.
Oh man, Luke, what's coming up for you, man? You have
so
let's bring some jiu-jitsu back into
So busy couple of weeks.
Into the picture.
Bro, if you guys don't see me like again, just know that once this gets released, if I'm in trouble, I'm so sorry.
No,
Mom and Dad, I love you.
We got you. Look, this will at least you go out fighting, speaking the truth.
Exactly. Yeah.
We need to let the people know
let the people
what's going on, man. No, but there's corruption everywhere.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
honestly,
Lebanon.
I'm sure in the US there's corruption. I mean,
I
see Gordon's IG. Like, I'm like, is this real?
Yes.
Because you don't know. Maybe like someone's emotional and he sees like some bullshit post, but you see like 15 of them. You're like, fuck, there's corruption here. Oh, there's corruption there. There's corruption. There's corruption everywhere.
Yeah.
Even in Canada, they're doing like. You know how people say like you can manipulate the weather? They did these fires apparently in Quebec.
Oh, dude, I heard about that.
Yeah, I was in Columbus, and then the smog got to Columbus. I was like, that's crazy. And then I was stuck for a day in Atlanta. In Atlanta as well, there was a smog. It got all the way down. I don't know if it's affecting the weather. I don't know. But the weather's been crazy in Montreal. So there's corruption everywhere, man. Dude, it's just crazy. different levels. You know what I mean? No, just like, let's say, I don't know, the brisket here is on a different level than, I don't know,
anywhere
Chicago.
else.
It's the same with corruption. It's different levels of corruption.
That's true. It's true. Yeah. Different forms. But jiu-jitsu wise, busy next couple weeks.
Let's go.
Next weekend, I'm heading down to Virginia Beach. So that's the Roll Forever Nogi Retreat. Yes, that's the one.
You guys, make sure you're on YouTube. Shout out Roll Forever.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah, so that's gonna be it's gonna be a fun time.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm teaching both days of the seminar, so you guys make sure if you can't make one day, you can come to the other. I'm teaching on both days.
Guys, Luke doesn't miss a session since you got here. You missed like maybe 3 sessions. Like,
maybe a little bit more sometimes when I'm injured, but I try.
Sometimes when you're
I try not
forced
to. Yeah,
to be
I try not
sidelined.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you're forced to be silent, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Okay, but legit beast. Monster. If you're hearing
Thank
this
you, bro.
and you're on the east, anywhere in the world, and you want to hit up Virginia Beach,
come hang
fly
out,
from
come
anywhere in the
surf.
world. You're in Singapore.
Yeah, you have a week. You have a week to buy a flight.
You have a week to get there too, with the layovers and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And then boom.
Yeah.
You're teaching both days.
Both days.
Let's go.
Days. I'm available for privates too if you guys want to get one-on-one sessions.
And then all the leg lock stuff we've been working on now.
Exactly. Yeah. So
dude, it doesn't stop. That's what I find insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I mean? It doesn't stop evolving, getting better. It's crazy.
No.
That's why, like, I don't know. I feel like you think. How many times have like you hear people like, how much more am I gonna learn from so and so and this and that? How much better can this? It always is getting better. It actually always.
Yeah.
You don't have an understanding. You don't know shit.
Yeah, dude. I mean, just take Gordon for example. I mean, literally like almost every day that he's in the training room, he'll just come up with something like that I've never seen before.
Troubleshooting.
New concept. You know, it might not be a completely new move, but it's a different perspective on a certain move that makes like 100% difference, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, even if you know, or you think you know all the moves, you don't, but if you think you do, there's always improvements to be made. So.
And the thing about John is he's getting better too.
Exactly. Yeah.
But he sets himself up so like, okay, I can keep getting better too.
Yeah.
You know, he's studying, he looks, he's like actually doing what a coach would do, you know? Like,
dude, I don't think he sleeps. I think he just studies all the time. Like there's been times
I very would believe that 100%.
I text him at like 2 a.m. and he hits me back in like 30 seconds.
Amazing.
Dude, I'm like the only thing you could possibly do now is watching like some wrestler from like 1995 and whatever.
Or he's bouncing and he's not telling anyone.
Or he's back in the bouncing and
he's back into bouncing.
That's a good point.
He's a Kaizen master by day, but
bouncer by night. You know?
Golden teeth bouncer by night.
Well, if that's the case, John, we caught you texting on the job.
Oh, there's by the way, may Gordon's dad's soul rest in peace. But there's a picture. I'm not gonna use the word funny for that occasion, but you see John dressed in like a black leather jacket with the beret backwards, swag. Amazing.
I know.
No, that like he has style. I'm sure like if he bounces, he'll bring that same fire
Dude, I'm
to the
sure
club
back in the
or
day,
bar or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure back in the day, John was the man. You know,
Jack too.
Dude, those pictures of him, like mid 20s, early 30s, dude, that's a big man.
They gotta bring back those
with the middle path too. You know,
with the V-neck.
Yeah,
it was a V-neck. The V-neck was down to the diaphragm, my friend. It was the enhanced
the
breathing.
cleavage.
No, shout out to John, man. Kaizen all day. But yeah, that's man, that's true. Get better every day, 1% better every day. And then you're ahead of the game.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so Luke, Virginia Beach next week.
Following week is who's number one for Nicholas Marigali and Helena. Yeah. So that's the 10th, and then Giancarlo and I fly out the next day, which is I believe Friday the 11th.
Oh,
which is we're going to Kazakhstan. So that's gonna be cool. We're gonna go there for a couple
days.
Itinerary
yet or no?
They're booking the flights right now.
Pick a good flight, my friend.
I'm not in control.
Don't make them do that.
I'm not in control.
You can't. Hey man, look, I looked at flights. Yeah. This would be ideal first class. So I go. Imagine first class.
I know, bro. I would love that.
A big boy like you, man. You tell him first class. Look at me, man.
Dude, if I can recline in an airplane, bro.
Even first class wouldn't be enough for you, bro.
Dude, I know, honestly, dude. So, the biggest mistake I've ever made flying, right? So, I flew to the UK, and I was like, man, I can't take an economy seat. So I paid like, it's pretty cheap for most people, but it's like it's $100, right? I paid $100 to upgrade to premium economy, right?
Premium thing.
So I was like, okay, like this is great. You know, it's gonna be a stacked flight. At least I'm gonna have a little bit more leg room.
Yeah,
bro. I'm the only one on the flight. There's like 5 of us.
Oh.
I'm like, I could have stayed in economy, had a whole middle row to myself, and paid $0. And then I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm like, coming back, it's probably gonna be the same, you know. So I don't pay to upgrade, bro, and I get the seat the furthest back, so I can't recline at all, and I'm stuck between two behemoths of people, bro. And they're literally like folding over onto me, and I'm like sitting like this. I can't go back. I can't go forward.
What did they smell like?
I tried not to smell too much, bro, but I couldn't even open my tray to eat, bro. It
You're
was like,
fighting for elbow position the whole
dude,
time.
the whole time.
He
dude.
moves the elbow 1 inch.
Yeah.
I'm taking it,
Dude,
bro. You're
honestly,
not getting that.
You know,
You're not getting that inch back, brother.
The only thing that saved me in that flight was the armrests, bro. If those armrests were up, bro, I would have been suffocated for real. Those things just kept them in their seats.
Compression therapy and
Dude,
altitude, bro. What more can you ask for? They're helping you beat swelling and water retention.
Yeah.
What more can you ask for? But yeah, lesson learned, man. Get an account with an airline or all airlines.
Yes,
I have all airlines.
Yeah.
And rack up points, man. But
That's
they're bastards. Even airlines are bastards.
Yeah.
But I was with American Airlines, and I was, dude, the A1 client. You know, I wouldn't cheat on them. Nothing. Always rack up points. I started getting the status. They upgraded me to first class a couple of times. It was like for 30-minute flights sometimes. It doesn't matter. It's still good.
It's good, yeah.
It's still better than nothing. Sometimes it would be longer flights.
Yeah.
Like especially when in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, you'd always have to stop in Miami.
Okay.
So it's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
If you get upgraded, boom.
Yeah.
So anyways, when we were in Puerto Rico, I was with American Airlines. I'd rack up points. And then when we moved there, I was flying less. And then they took my status out. I'm going to check in. I'm like, I tell my parents, yeah, no worry, I can check in the bag for free. What do you want me to bring? Boom. Pack a bag to check in. A big suitcase. And they're like, no, sir, sorry. And it was like a 5 a.m. flight. They're like, sorry, sir, I find out at 5 a.m. anything irritates you.
Yeah.
Even like a good news would piss you off. You know, so I hear that and everything. I'm like, this is how they work, man. They work always, those big companies, they work in a way where it's going to benefit them.
Yeah, exactly. No, 100%.
And I learned that dealing with, I'm not going to name names, but dealing with a big organization recently. You know what I mean? Always, guys, do your homework. You know, don't rush with when you sign things and you have organizations and things like that. Always look through them.
Look through the paperwork.
Right,
yeah,
Luke?
Absolutely.
You don't want to get stuck in contracts where it's where you're unhappy and you're inactive and you're
100%.
Okay, so that's cool, man. Kazakhstan, though. I hope you get a good flight, man. I really hope you get a good flight because I know the comp you're gonna smash.
Yeah, that's gonna be
you guys
sick.
gonna wreck it.
Dude, we have a killer team too. It's so stacked. I can't name everyone in it, but it's gonna be cool.
You don't know? You can't. Like, is it secret or?
No, I just don't know. I just don't know all the names.
I think you have. I
know the bigger names, but like some of the smaller dudes, I don't know who they are.
Giancarlo.
Myself, Giancarlo, Isaac, Michelle, John Hansen.
John Hansen?
John
the big guy,
the big guy, yeah. So, he's in there.
Who picked him? Mo?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I trust Mo's taste, man.
Dante Leon.
Dante's
good. Gabriel Souza.
Okay, that's good. What's the rule set?
Dude, it's like a hybrid ADCC rule set. So 3 5-minute rounds per match. So each match is 3-5. So it's like an MMA fight, basically.
Dude, that's a long ass event, though.
Yeah.
Because the teams are what? How many guys?
4 teams of 7 people.
So 7 guys have to face each other.
Yeah.
7 times 3 times 15.
Yeah. So 7 times 4. So it's 4 teams. Yeah.
You see, guys, luckily I didn't go into math.
Dude, honestly, I don't even know what's going on right now. I think it's times 4, but you guys do the math.
7 guys. Yeah. Each guy has a match.
Yes.
And then the match is 3 rounds.
3
of 5
rounds
minutes.
of 15 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, so 15-minute matches.
Yeah, 15-minute matches. Pretty much.
But
if you get a submission the first round, obviously it's over. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got it.
But you can't pull guard first half of the match, so it's no points first half.
No points, no pulling guard.
No, yes,
They're like,
no pulling guard, and takedowns count from the beginning. So if you pass someone's guard, no points. But if you get taken down, points.
So you start with points, and then the second half, no points.
No, the points full effect second half.
Okay.
But only takedowns count as points in the first half.
Dude, you gotta know. At least you know the rule set.
Yeah,
you did your homework.
It's tricky. Yeah,
I'm happy you did your homework.
So I think it's pretty similar to ADCC. If you shoot for 3 seconds, you can pull. So in that regard, very similar. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure.
Dude, speaking of you know, I was saying like you can always learn something better and shit like that. Same with rules. ADCC rules, dude. The more I compete under that rule set, I'm seeing like my game is starting to adapt to that rule set. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting better at like turtle, chest to back, chest to chest. Like those positions, it forces you to get better at these things, scrimmaging and all that. Same thing. You can always learn the rule set better. Absolutely. ADCC is definitely one where we gotta keep learning.
Dude. I mean, in ADCC, being tactical is just as important as being technical. You know.
Yeah.
So you gotta be aware of everything.
So you have that. You have a pretty solid team, and then we're going to where are we going?
Trials in September.
We're going to Poland. Hannah, you coming? Christos, you coming? You didn't get that Greek passport in time, huh?
Dude, wait. Do you have to go to the army to get your Greek passport? Oh, you don't have to? Oh, I can't.
But you just didn't get the. You just didn't. You just bailed. Enigma.
I got two I can do here, bro.
Yeah, that's
Enigma.
true.
And Enigma, man, putting up great events.
That's true. Yeah, dude. Enigma's one of the.
Shout out to Enigma, official
events,
official sponsor of the podcast, right?
Yeah.
It's true. No, it's true. Official. It's official.
It's official.
We got the belts down here. You guys don't see them.
Yeah.
But you should have brought your belts.
I should have brought my belt. Dude, I have the trophy and the belt. I should have brought both of them.
The trophy I don't think would fit here, but maybe we can take the picture outside. Where there's no like roof or ceiling. And then we can.
Dude, that trophy is bigger than Big Dan.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Poland, man, are you excited for Poland?
Dude, I'm super stoked for that. It's gonna be fun. Obviously, I just want to punch the ticket back to ADCC, so that's the most important thing.
The most important thing.
But I want to get all subs this time. Last time was 75% sub rate. This time it has to be 100%. I'm gonna be
Hannah.
Oh, she needs to just get one submission, bro. If she gets one, I'll be happy, bro.
Hannah doesn't.
She did how many matches she did at the Dallas Open?
Damn, your number one hater is right behind you, my friend. I can see it. It's okay. It's fine. No, it's good. Keep him in check.
Yeah.
If he's being delusional, bring him back.
I don't know. You guys can check the tape on Flow Grappling. Go see how many submissions she got at Dallas Open.
But your blue belt, no?
Yeah,
Hannah?
no. She had a good performance, dude. No, honestly, Hannah.
Hats off.
Positionally, Hannah has like one of the best games for ADCC.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, her style is really well suited to it. You know, she's very good on the feet, very good controlling position.
I agree.
So in that regard, she's great. She can't finish it. So we just have to work on the submissions and whatnot, you know?
Yeah.
But other than that, like stylistically for ADCC, she's got really
hard to
style.
submit though.
Very hard to submit as well. Very flexible.
All those rounds that you beat her up with, man, they're
dude. As
off.
a kid, bro,
how was it?
She beat the crap out of me.
Oh,
bro.
No way! You would beat him,
dude. 100%.
Wow.
Dude, I was scared of her when we were like 5.
Main event Enigma.
Like 6-year-old Luke was terrified of 4-year-old Hannah.
No.
Dude, like she was a menace. 100%, like straight savage.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't see it where.
Bro,
but it's
you
there.
Just need to live with her.
Everyone has that. Everyone has that side, guys.
100%.
Don't be fooled.
Yeah.
Okay. I can smile and have a fucking
6-year-old Luke could be sleeping, sound asleep at night. 4-year-old Hannah comes in. She comes into bed with me because she doesn't want to sleep alone. Bro, the amount of times I literally got. You know how Nicholas, if you're passing his guard, he puts his feet on you and he kicks you away. Bro, she falls asleep, she'll turn, and she would literally leg press me off the bed. Bro, fly into the closet, fly into the bedside table, bro. I had cuts on my head, bro. She was 100% dead asleep, bro, but she assaulted me so many times.
That is...
Yeah, crazy.
And you couldn't get her back. You're the older brother,
that's the thing. Well, I got her back for sure, but, you know, we won't speak about all that stuff, but, you know...
That's amazing.
Okay, yeah.
Now the tape, now it's now you play.
Yeah. But yeah, no. If you guys want to hear about what I did to her, you have to have her on the podcast. I'm not gonna.
Hannah, would you get on the podcast
I'm
one
not
day?
gonna out myself.
maybe get that revenge. You're doing trials too, huh?
Yeah.
Sick. We're gonna have a group, man.
Dude, it's gonna be sick.
We have Davis,
myself, you,
Jordan,
Hannah. So yeah, 5 of us. Possibly Helena, Big Dan. Yeah.
Possibly Helena.
Yeah, because maybe not this time. Yeah, but she's Serbian, no?
Yeah. Or Albanian or something.
Like that. Yeah, I think it's one of them. So I think she can get a.
Dude, I trained with her a lot too.
Dude,
Damn.
yeah.
You ever train with her?
I haven't trained with her yet, but I'm a little bit scared to be honest.
Bro, there's you should be, yeah. No, I train with her a lot, man. It's similar to training with Hannah, honestly.
Yeah.
She's strong.
She's strong,
good, technical
yeah.
too. Dude, I have
She's a beast.
rounds with her. Like I'm
dude,
pushing.
I see her rolling with Juan, and it literally looks like Juan's fighting for his life.
And then he's
He's like,
I'm just flowing.
Yeah, I'm just
It's
flowing,
fine.
bro. And you
No,
see
bro.
Juan's like, you know, tapping out in the corner of the mat, making sure no one can see. But
Juan, we
see you, Juan.
we see everything, my friend. Acknowledge,
Yeah.
recognize. Juan's getting good too, man.
Dude, Juan's getting good.
From the spazzy Puerto Rican back in Puerto Rico to
now.
here. He's made some.
Dude, he's made some serious some size gains too.
You too, man.
Bodybuilding.
You freaking came in here 88 kg. I remember when
Yeah,
I would
trials,
still go to Henzo Gracie in the morning.
Yeah.
And then you guys made crazy progress, man. The speed of improvement is crazy, man.
Yeah,
Insane.
I mean, I really can't take any of the credit for that. I mean, that's thanks to you guys and to John. I mean, without training partners like we have, and without the instruction of John, you know, no way would I be where I am already, you know, in such a short period of time. So I'm just grateful to be in the room with you guys and with John. So
that environment is just insane, man. It's hard to describe, but it's so cool to be in that room, man.
It's epic, dude. Yeah, you really can't explain it. You have to experience it for yourself. You know, like before I came to you guys, like obviously I was a big fan, so I'd watch all the YouTube videos and you know it looks so cool, but you know, no matter how awesome you think it is, until you experience it like personally, you don't actually have any like comprehension of what it's like.
And it's getting better. That's the thing, is it keeps getting better. Like whatever it was, like let's say 2-3 years ago, it's better now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And we were talking the other day, this guy's like who was it we were talking about corruption and shit. Remember that? What's his name, Sean? The guy who was punching the back the other day.
Sean.
Sean. We're all freaking living a happy life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
There is stress. There are like parts to it where it's like, but it's a good
but every life
man.
has certain stresses, right? You know.
Yeah.
And I think better to be stressed about, you know, some of the stuff we have stressed than others.
It's
you know?
amazing, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes forget, but then you remember. It's like, fuck, it's a good life.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Grappling wise, I mean, it wasn't like that before, and I feel like it's just gonna keep getting better.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah.
What do you see yourself doing? Let's say, okay, your goals.
Yeah.
Obviously, smash ADCC. You had a very competitive round with actually the absolute champ.
Yeah, Yuri. Yeah.
Yuri Samoas, you're like so close to beating him. It could have
0-0.
gone. That decision could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Great match, man. I've watched it several times.
Yeah.
And actually, we'll watch it tonight. Pack a bowl, my friend. Eat my food, and then that will be my study for the night. No, man, there was a lot of good like recoveries.
Oh yeah.
And getting that wizard coming back in.
Wizard, dude, John had us drill that so many times during the camp.
But you don't understand,
dude. And so Yuri got behind me a couple of times, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I've been in this situation like so many times." So boom, every single time, dude, got that was a back end recover.
That's one sequence from the match I will never forget.
Yeah.
Paf, right away, and you get it. Beautiful. Go watch that match, guys. This is how you defend. One of the best ways to defend the rear body lock.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy about the shit John teaches? Sometimes it can be so boring, man. People wouldn't believe what we drill sometimes.
Yeah.
People think we're drilling these. What do we drill today? Close guard triangles.
Yeah.
Literally, stuff for wrist.
Yeah.
Close guard triangle.
Yeah.
Like, who would believe that we're doing shit like that? You know what I mean?
I think that's what makes the difference, you know?
But that's what I mean. Yeah,
exactly, yeah.
And not only that, here's another thing. Like, he'll make us do shit that's so boring. Like, guys, we're in turtle. This is how we stand up from turtle.
Yeah.
And then he breaks it down. So that something so, like, mundane. But guess what? When you're fighting and you're pressure under time in ADCC, those are the positions you end up in.
Dude, I mean, even your match at Dallas with John Combs.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, in a bad situation, he was on your back. But dude, how many times have we been in that situation in the training room? You escape straight into a submission, and you finish the match. You know?
The confidence, dude. When someone that's not on the team gets in a good position on us, I'm like, no factor. It's fine. I know I'm getting out.
Yeah, 100%.
I just gotta be like.
Yeah, it's a matter of time, really. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
For the most part, that's just how we're trained.
Yeah, 100%.
like something that's clicking right now for me, at least, because we're talking ADCC rule set, is like go behinds.
Oh yes.
You drill it so much when you some people I know when he shows it, he's like, oh fuck, we're playing go behinds again. How many matches I get to the front headlock? Let's say like my last match, I had a match on. Well, I had one 40 minutes on Christos' show.
Yeah.
And then same thing with Andy. Where was it ending up? Rear body lock, turtle.
Yeah.
Like if I was a little bit better from there, you know what I mean? But when we're
Yes.
drilling them on board,
Yeah.
how am I going to build those habits?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those boring ass positions are so important.
More important, yeah.
Even the go behind, or when you down block and you go behind. Like you
Yeah.
watch wrestlers do it, it's so good. Like those are the standards we gotta live
absolutely.
up to. And like the top judo guys, those are the standards we gotta give up to.
Yeah,
Fucking having Satoshi is a blessing.
Oh,
man.
dude, it's so cool. to have him.
I'm like, why didn't I not start picking this guy's brain earlier?
Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
Yeah. And Satoshi's the nicest guy you'll ever meet. I mean, any question you have, he will happily answer you, you know? One of like the scariest looking dudes, like in MMA, I would not want to get in the ring across from Satoshi. But if you train with him or if you see him like outside of the ring, dude, one of the nicest people I've ever met. Yeah.
I had him drill a couple of foot sweeps on me after training. I thought one of my knees just like blew out as I was getting No, but it was when I rewatch in slow motion, a lot of things click, man.
Yeah.
So you're training, okay, you're still young, but you're doing it a lot. So you have probably some ways to retain information, let's say.
Yeah.
Like you're doing a lot. What's your let's say after training, what are you doing to recover and get ready for the next session?
So honestly, in the beginning, I would try and write as much as I could down. But to be honest with you, I can't write fast enough, and my memory's not good enough. Yeah, dude. Like to try and take. Also, the thing is, right? If you're trying to take notes while John's teaching, you're looking down while you're writing and you're not paying attention to what he's teaching. So you're missing small details.
And there's shit he doesn't say.
Yeah, exactly.
But
he does it, right?
You have to see it.
And so also with regards to that, I prefer just watching. And I think, you know, another thing like you're saying, what really helps is how repetitive John is. And so because we just do something new every single day, you never do it again. Obviously, you're not going to get good at it. But John does things so well over and over and over again, you know, that it becomes like second nature, you know, it becomes muscle memory. And so yes, you're thinking about doing it, but you've done it so many times that you don't have to think, oh, where does my knee have to go, where do I have to put my hand? It just goes there automatically. So I just think, you know, drilling but with a purpose, not drilling for numbers, not drilling for time, you know, drilling to improve, right? So when I'm drilling, I don't care how fast I'm doing it. You know, sometimes it's good to do it faster or slower, but making sure that as I do it, everything I'm doing incrementally is correct. You know, this is in the right place, this is in the right place. And I think that helps retain you know, that information as well.
Dude, his role is so important, man. We were drilling today, I don't know if you remember, on the feet we started with inside reach, outside reach. We did down block, reshoot, and then we did this similar things like catching behind the knee on the ground. And then he made us do this creativity drill for like how many?
Dude, like I would say 10, 15 minutes, bro.
You thought we were gonna start rolling
100%,
And everybody probably was like, oh, okay, no, we're guys, bring it in.
Yeah.
We do another like 5-6 different things on the. All right, guys, let's go to the ground. I'm like, bro, we've been on the ground. What was that? That wasn't ground? No, but I'm super grateful, man. This is so important. And then
absolutely.
Guess what, man? When I'm coaching, I don't try to copy John's style exactly because I don't think that's authentic. I like to have my own style. I like to explain, use the similar names that he calls it. But I like to break it down as close as possible to him, but of course have my own style.
I think you know, naturally, you know, just different personalities will have a different style of teaching. But I think that, you know, if you learn from John, the way that you break down techniques and the way that you explain it to people is easily digestible, you know, very well understood. And I think that's the most important thing, you know. You know why you have to do certain things. You're not just doing it for the sake of doing it. So you say, okay, I'm doing this and this and this because this and this and this, right? So I think that's the important thing, and one of the things that I've taken away learning from John and Gordon and Gary, you know. So yeah. You
know what? I often talk to people that watch instruction because since I'm in this room, I've been in it for a while, and of course I was at TriStar at first, but very early on I was going to Henzo's and everything. I'm not saying that's the only thing I know, but kind of. Yeah. Right? So when I hear other people and I ask like, hey, what do you prefer about like, let's say John style over like this guy that's from your country, super successful and everything. Yeah. They always tell me it's like just straight to the point. There's less bullshit. Yeah. Less talking. And I do some research myself. Yeah. Like, you know, like sometimes like just watch tape, study, come up with, because he can only show you so much in a given time. Like, exactly. I feel like it's my responsibility also to do my part. Yes. So I try to come up with things that, let's say he's not showing, and then ask him about it. Yes. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, for example, counters to like the bolo, the ashi bolo, for example, how to counter. Like, those are things like, will he show like the whole class all the time? Not right away, but if you go up to him and you pick his brain, and it can be like a very direct answer to what you want. Yeah. As opposed to going on YouTube videos and this and that and 20-minute videos for an explanation that he gives you in like literally 2 sentences. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's something like I would like to be, obviously, like when I'm done competing and everything.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, it's one of the most embarrassing things when you go up to John and you think you have like such a complex question. He's just like, just take your arm and put it there. Yeah. And you're like, whoa, what? Yeah, okay, thank you. Exactly. You know, like, I thought it was going to be this long explanation. He's like, oh, just do this. And you're like, oh, why didn't I think of that, you know?
Well, that's probably something you really enjoyed also, like moving to Austin.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that shout out to my coach back home, Richie Kwan. You know, without him, I wouldn't have been at the point where I was able to, you know, start making a transition to here. Yeah. So, you know, he, I would say, is probably the best coach in South Africa for Jiu Jitsu. Yeah. And MMA. You know, he has athletes that have been in the UFC, he has athletes in the PFL. One of my main training partners back home, Chad, he's doing the Dana White Contender Series in September. So very, very, he knows what he's doing, you know? Okay. And so, you know, even though it's not the same level as here, I'm definitely grateful to have had, you know, the time that I had with them in order to get me to here, you know.
100%, man. You can't forget where you're from, you know. And I can't, same as you, like I can't be grateful enough for where I started, where it was right away we're doing single legs, we're doing double, like for us right away you know how like people talk about training like, oh, I'm gonna do jiu-jitsu, I'm gonna go do wrestling, like they'll go do it separately somewhere. Like it's right away, it's integrated. So I was lucky enough that when I started, it was with MMA guys, like I knew how to like put a whizzer on, things like that. So it was really good. Yeah, of course I'm super grateful. But there's no place.
There's no place, dude. Yeah. I mean, even for me, like when I got here, it was initially just going to be for like a month. Yeah. And I never left.
That's you know? Good, man.
So, I mean, once you get in this room, there's no substitute. You can't.
Find the way to stay.
You have to, yeah.
That's
if
true.
You're serious about jiu-jitsu, you have to.
Who would have thought you at 7 or 8 would be saying that about jiu-jitsu?
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. What was your dream actually?
Dude, I wanted to be a professional rugby player, dude, when I was a kid.
Okay, so athlete still.
Yeah. I never wanted to do anything like office job, right? I hated school growing up. Like I literally did the bare minimum to get through school. Looking back, I probably should have worked a little bit harder, you know.
In school?
Yeah, in school.
Why?
I mean, just because, like,
for you.
So just for this reason, alone, is that I feel like you should give everything you have, like you should do your best in everything, right? Yeah. And so I definitely didn't do that. And so just for that reason, I regret it a little bit because I could have done better and I didn't.
But you did your best at passing while avoiding.
That's true.
You did your best.
I did. That's true. But
your best was different than me. I did my best not being in class a lot of times or being late. Yeah. And then, dude, once I wasn't a good student. I obviously same. I'm not proud of it. But I definitely felt something was wrong with the schooling system. If sit down all day, listen to someone who's never been outside the system. It was like, I don't know. So, I would change a lot in school.
The problem for me was I was homeschooled. So I was at home the whole time.
Oh, you were homeschooled?
Yeah. So I was at home avoiding school. Like I only had to do like 4 hours a day, bro. And I still did nothing.
Oh, you know what you dodged, my friend. You dodged the classrooms and.
Dude, honestly, I'm so grateful. Dude, like thanks to homeschooling, really, like the bond between my dad and I, even my whole family has a close relationship, but it really allowed, you know, my dad and I to spend a lot of time together. Like I'd go to work with him and do whatever he was doing, and I think that I'm one reason like I'm really grateful for homeschooling, you know.
What about like so me personally, if I have kids, I want to homeschool them as well.
I would do it too.
Really?
Yeah.
Was there like a downside to homeschooling that I don't know about?
Honestly, I'm sure there is. At first I didn't like it, but I didn't know why I didn't like it. So I would tell everyone I hated it, and then one day my mom asked, "Why do you hate it?" And I couldn't give her an answer, and then I never said I hated it again. But
do you hate it, Hannah? You liked it?
No, she loved it. Yeah.
She loved
so
it.
when she was a kid,
ballet, all
dude.
that stuff, huh?
So when Hannah was a kid, she actually had an alter ego. His name was John. And
you already knew about him,
dude.
You already knew about your future teacher.
She used to dress up in my clothes, wear a hat, and if she was John, you called her Hannah, bro. You're in big shit.
Wow.
Like, so they were like, sometimes she would go for days at a time being John, and you have to call her John.
No.
You know. And so.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
you
true.
Can ask
It's
her
not.
parents. Dude, Hannah, you went for like 2-3 days being John.
3 weeks.
Yeah. Anyway, so she would switch between the two.
I love that.
Yeah. But well, so what?
It's fun. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't
worry. Where was I going with that? I forgot where we started.
That would be a chick. I dressed up as a chick for Halloween once. It counts, man.
Dude, one Halloween, I wanted to be a rock star. Dude, I put a leather jacket on. I'm going around. Dude, I thought it was my dad's. It was my mom's, bro.
That was your mom's?
Everyone was like, "That's a woman's leather jacket, bro." I'm like 12 years old and I'm looking down. I'm like,
shit.
"Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Dude,
I did that with my mom's sweatpants once, and I was gone to Europe.
Yeah.
And it was Roots, and it's a brand called Roots. It's like a Canadian brand. And the sweatpants for women, the Roots is right on the butt. It's right on the butt. So my buddy's like, "Bro, are those like women's?" I'm like, no. So I spent like 3 weeks in Europe bouncing seminar to seminar with these fucking ghetto ass my mom's fucking sweatpants. So yeah,
dude, thank goodness I can't fit in my mom's sweatpants anymore, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely the
just
worst Halloween I had. Yeah, for sure. No one gave me any candy because of that.
There's nothing wrong with alter. How you call it? Ego.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I don't
fine.
even know where I was going with that. Honestly, I don't know where. I don't know where we started. But
No, we started with you wanting to be a rugby player.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know how I got.
You played rugby?
Yeah, I played rugby for a little while. I wasn't good.
It's a lot of running, man.
That's a lot of running, dude. Honestly,
Not only that, because you're tall.
Yeah, my knees got pretty damaged. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have any bad tears or anything, but like I got to a stage where I couldn't run anymore, and I was like, okay, I'm done with that.
Nah, bro, because you want to be like low to the ground and mobile. It's like the small, stocky, big boys.
Dude, there's some tall rugby players, dude. South Africa has some monsters, dude. Like that's one thing. Like I mean, we're not as good as we used to be, but one thing that South Africa is really elite is rugby.
Damn.
New
Not
Zealand, cricket they're good as well, but rugby is like, bro, who likes to watch cricket, bro? I mean. Unless you're an Indian, but
I used to. I don't know. It's like it would go on for like a week.
Oh, dude, it's terrible.
The same match. I never understand.
Dude,
how
I honestly, between golf and cricket, I can't tell you which one's more boring.
I don't know either.
Yeah, that's
I don't
like
know either. Or I mean, even baseball. I don't know how. How do they fill up stadiums?
Dude, honestly, I'll be real with you. We didn't have baseball in South Africa, but my favorite movie growing up was The Sandlot, dude.
The what?
The Sandlot. You haven't watched it?
No.
Oh, dude. You know what it is?
Is it?
Dude. Oh, dude, one of the best movies ever, bro.
The
Sandlot, yeah.
I'll watch it maybe tomorrow.
Group of kids playing baseball and on just like a sandy, I don't know what you call it, baseball diamond. Dude, from there, I did woodwork when I was a kid, bro. I made my own baseball bat. I love that movie so much. And ended up just playing with myself in the yard. You know, throw the ball up and try and hit it as much as you can. That's amazing. But yeah.
Fucking.
Oh my god. Dude, so
I used to do the same. When I used to play soccer, football.
Yeah.
What are you gonna call it? When I used to play like I was trying to be good, I'd take the ball. Same thing. It would be winter time.
Yeah.
So it'd be snowing everywhere. But I'd go in. I used to live close to like a shopping center called Rockland. So I'd go, and then I'd be in shorts, and people look at me like, this fucking crazy guy. It's like minus 15. I would be running, dribbling. I'd go to the parking lot, and the parking lot would be like, you know, they like have to push the snow somewhere.
Yeah.
So they push it to this corner, and I'd play like on the other corner. You have to do things like that, man.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Like,
yeah,
it was fun, man. It
No,
was fun playing.
It was a good time.
I had to get practice in. You know, I had to do solo things.
Yeah.
I feel like solo training sometimes is good because you get in your own head sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you do any of that, or lifting?
Well, mostly if I would train by myself, it's just lifting.
Lifting.
Yeah. I don't have any space in my apartment, dude. I'm too big to do solo drills, bro. In my apartment, I'll just knock everything over.
Solo drilling or things like that, or
Yeah.
like shadow wrestling. You ever try that?
A little bit, not too much. I'll be honest. I probably should. My wrestling's trash.
Sometimes, like, let's say I'll do one session.
Yeah.
I'll go down in the sun. I'll start my day. I'll go down in the sun, do some mobility.
Yeah.
Do a bit of these, and then honestly, some things click.
Yeah.
Like arm drags, snap downs,
Yeah.
feints, just basic footwork drills. That's why I want to pick Satoshi's brain about like more things that I can do like that. Because like when you get those down, I feel like when you see it, there's like one step less you gotta think about.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. Hey, at least we're still like expanding in other areas. I never would have thought in my life I'd be practicing foot sweeps or I'd be practicing throws. Honestly, like when I was like a blue belt, purple, I never thought. But I remember John once saying in an interview, like, man, the good grapplers in the future, they're gonna be able to do everything: wrestle, judo, ground, pass, everything, and they're gonna be good everywhere. And it's becoming like that. It's
coming like that,
yeah.
Dude, I mean,
it is actually happening.
Like speaking of the solo drills and stuff, I remember when I just got here. You'd see John like walking into Henzo's or whatever, and he's doing like stuff in the parking lot as he's walking, like foot sweep drills or whatever. And I was like, man, that's so strange. Dude, now I'm walking down the grocery aisle getting groceries. I'm doing the same shit, you know. I'm like, man, what's happening to me?
So you do it.
Well, I suppose in that regard, yes. Yeah. I don't think about it, but like sometimes when I'm just doing nothing, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, you don't think about it, you just do it, you know.
Me, when I see like a corner or something, I practice foot sweeps.
Yeah.
Like, that's something I really want to get. It's such an easy way to take someone down.
Yeah. Dude, Giancarlo has good foot sweeps, dude.
Yeah, getting good.
Dude.
He picks Satoshi's brain.
Yeah.
That's something we all have to do, man. We don't realize we have this high level freaking monster in the room, man.
It's true.
Yeah, I like the fact that he's like still the same as when he was like a judo Olympic champ. His mindset never changed. He just wanted to train, become pro, and just fucking live the life, you know.
Dude, and the way he trains at his age, still, like he's, you know, on the older side.
Yeah.
But dude, he trains I think more than anyone. We're like 3 or 4 sessions every day,
probably.
Dude. It's crazy, and he never complains. He never he's just always there giving his best, dude.
Dude, he with me, we complain a lot.
He does, dude. He's never complained to me.
I don't want to train with Gordon-san. But then he goes and trains with Gordon-san.
Hey, bro. But the thing is Satoshi's like, you know, even if he says that, he taps Gordon's shoulder, dude, and you know it's gonna be a war. Like Satoshi will never, even if he's tired, he never gives up. He's got that mentality, dude. I've never once seen him quit in a match ever.
Amazing.
The
rounds crazy. With him, at least my rounds with him are freaking nightmare, man.
Oh, dude, he's a
not
beast.
Fun to have him. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like for you, do you see yourself doing this for the next like 10, 15 years?
Yeah.
Let's say
honestly,
you're what? You're 20.
I'm 22 now. Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
Amazing,
dude, yeah.
Man.
Honestly, I'm really happy doing this. You know, I don't see myself transitioning to anything else really. You know, as long as my body's healthy, you know, God willing, everything stays good.
Yeah.
Then that I'll be doing this as long as I can. I got no backup option.
Where do you see the wise Luke at like 65 or something like that? Where do you see him like with like a nice suite and like Cape Town by the beach? No, you don't see yourself going back home?
I don't think I'll
President.
go back. No, president, bro.
African giant.
Bro, look at me. Bro.
It doesn't work like that.
Doesn't work like that. Bro.
Doesn't anymore. No.
No.
How do you think South Africa will be like
in 30 years?
10 years from now.
10 years?
15. Okay, whatever. However long you want.
It's hard to tell because it could collapse completely tomorrow. You never know. But it could last another 20 years, like
before
right on the brink.
Collapses?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
So yeah, you just never know.
Does that make you sad?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it's always sad to see like a country that should be a prospering country struggle, due to bad decisions. Not, it's not like
greed.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you never know. It could, there's been a couple scares in like the past two years where it's been like, okay, it's about to go down.
Really?
Like right before I came, when were the riots, Han?
Yeah, like 2021.
Maybe 2020. There's like riots where
When COVID hit?
just like middle of COVID, where people were just burning down businesses, looting shops, like pretty much like all the stuff that was going on here. But
Here?
Well, like all the
They did that here?
in like Portland and stuff like that, all the shit that was going down.
Oh, they
with
did that for COVID too?
I don't know what the reason was here. Was it like the BLM stuff? Yeah. But I can't even remember. I don't think there was even a reason. They're back home.
What does the world need more of, Luke, in your opinion?
The world?
What does the world? Because we see this is everywhere.
I think the world needs God, bro.
God?
Yes.
What do we need to strain the I mean, life is good in general if you look at it.
Yeah, I suppose life is good for most people, but
it's at an all-time low, like violence and all things like that. But it could be better.
Yeah, I mean, bro, South Africa's violence is like through the roof. Like there's let me actually just Google the amount of like killings and stuff there are per day in South Africa.
That's crazy. But I mean, that's because that has to come from somewhere. That's poverty. You know what I mean?
Poverty and corruption, dude. Like the killings in South Africa is like xenophobia. Like the South African black people don't like the people from the other countries coming in and taking their jobs, so they kill them.
Oh no.
So
is it true, Hannah? Yeah. Wow. Oh my God. Yeah, it has to be poverty. It has to be like, lack of resource, lack of education.
Okay, so South African Police Service published the latest crime stats for the third quarter of 2022-23, covering October to December 2022. According to the latest data, 7,555 murders were recorded over that period, averaging 82 murders every day.
82 murders, huh?
Yeah, 82 every day.
That's crazy.
It's insane. I mean, and that's only the murders that get reported. Like, there's definitely more than that, dude. I mean,
the world needs more jiu-jitsu gyms, man. Yeah,
that's
and they need
point.
people to understand that you need like, if you want something reward, you need to put work into it first.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think a big thing about like today's generation is like instant gratification, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want this now. That's most of the time. That's not how it works. You know, you need to put the time in. Work hard in order to achieve something. Yeah. And people don't want to do that. So
it sounds so cliche to say, but like I feel like getting there is the fun part.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, bro, if everything was easy, like if jiu-jitsu was easy and everyone was doing it, it would be no fun.
Because I'm like, if I would have won ADCC a couple of years ago, I wouldn't have the same mindset of like, I didn't have that same mindset of, oh, I want to stay in the game. I want to keep improving forever. Yeah. You know what I mean? I probably would have done something on the side or like just disappeared and done some. I feel like when you're supposed to get where you need to be, it's going to be different for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's good to go through it, instead of trying to find ways to. Yeah. So I feel like the world can definitely use a little reminder.
For sure.
With that. So Luke, you have one advice to give yourself, okay? Like,
give to myself.
Yeah. Something you gotta fix in you, something you gotta help yourself, what would it be? Something you gotta change about you?
That was a good question.
Like a regret you have or something like that.
A regret that I have? Not listening to my dad all the time.
All the time?
Yeah. Every time he tells me something, he's right. But I only find out he's right after I make the mistake. And then it's too late.
What's a good example?
Dude, there's a lot of good examples.
The one you're thinking about right now.
I can't say.
You can't say it?
I can't say. I can't say it. It was a big.
I know. Yeah. I think I know.
Yeah.
Okay, young Luke.
A young Luke.
Young Luke. Your dad said, "Don't do this." You did it. What was it?
Don't hang out with the drug addict kids across the street.
Oh, you were hanging out with drug addicts growing up?
Yeah.
But that's what most people did, no?
Yeah, they ended up stealing my bike and beating the shit out of me.
No, those were your friends?
Supposedly, yeah.
Those were your like school friends?
No, they're just the neighbors.
Damn, and you were hanging out not with your school friends.
I was homeschooled, bro. I didn't have any school friends.
That's true. Oh my god. You never know. Maybe he's homeschooled with a group of people. I don't know. Is that a thing?
She's the only one, bro.
You're homeschooled with Hannah. That's it.
That's the only one.
Oh
so yeah, that was a good example. Aiden was
example.
actually with me when I got beat up by them, and he ran away. He left me.
What?
Yeah.
Aiden, man.
Yeah.
Aiden,
Dude, they
but
beat
now-
me with skateboards, bro. 2-on-1. I was
There
12.
were two guys.
A girl and a guy. Bro, I was 12 years old.
Keeps getting worse.
The girl's 15, the guy's 16. Brother and a sister. Bro, they beat me properly, dude. I was like, oh shit.
They were like really rough.
Yeah,
Yeah?
dude, like proper, like.
Okay, so Aiden did the right thing, you think?
Bro, I mean, let's be fair. Like,
Hell.
you know, if we were like, if it was him, we would have gone down together. You know, he should have been there. But it's okay, Aiden. I forgive
It's
you.
okay, but Aiden now, the Aiden now,
different story. Different
he
story.
would chomp
Bro,
into his teeth.
So
bite
Aiden,
into him.
crazy story about Aiden. So we have like squatter camps in South Africa, right? So it's basically just people squatting on land that doesn't belong to them, and it ends up growing huge, and it's like dirty. They built like the houses they live in are made of tin, like just stuck together with like bricks holding everything up, like proper poverty, but a lot of crime and stuff in there. There's a lot of good people who live in there because they're poor, but a lot of criminals. So there's a really big one, like on the way to my dad's business. It's called Zandspruit. All right, huge squatter camp. So my cousin Aiden and his dad are driving back one night from Aiden's swimming practice, and my uncle's bicycle's in the back of the truck, and they stop at a traffic light. And someone takes the takes the bike out of the truck, and they start running, bro, into the middle of the squatter camp. And it's pitch black. There's no lights there. Like it's dark. And my uncle's he's got a little bit of baby.
The
you know?
scruffy uncle. Okay.
Yeah. And so he gets out the car and he starts chasing this guy, but there's no way he's gonna catch him. He's out of shape, you know. So they're going now deep into the squatter camp, bro. My uncle says from behind, Aiden sprints past him, bro. This guy's he's riding the bicycle. Aiden Superman tackles him off the bicycle. Bro.
Let's go, Aiden.
Hits him once or twice, gets up and starts running away. Aiden wants to start chasing him again, but luckily his dad was like, no, we gotta go. And they're like, now everyone surrounded them, like they're like watching this whole thing. Thankfully no one else did anything, but they both walked out with the bicycle. But yeah, Aiden, my uncle was like, if it wasn't for Aiden, that bicycle would have been gone. But dude, for Aiden to run that deep in there, bro, I mean, at like 15 years old,
It's dangerous.
That's some guts. Oh yeah, that's dangerous. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like when Lion King, Simba goes
Dude,
in the
100%.
hyenas,
That's a perfect example. Perfect
Wow.
analogy.
and then he got out safe.
They got out safe, yeah. Thankfully, somebody else stopped behind the truck because they left the truck with the keys in at the traffic light. Thankfully, someone else stopped and looked after the truck until they got back.
What was so is like a slum basically? Would you compare
Pretty
it?
much.
And people are like
yeah.
a little bit more rough, a little bit crazier there.
Yeah, definitely.
What
Yeah.
was that video you showed me the other day? There's like an explosion going
Dude,
on.
so that was something my dad sent me. So I don't know 100% what it was, but from what I understand, the gas lines in Joburg CBD haven't been maintained in a long time.
So that's like related to the power and everything. you were telling me?
Probably something to do with that, right? And so they just exploded, and the whole street, I can't remember what the street name is, but it was a large portion of the street just completely exploded. Everyone thought it was an earthquake. But dude, like the whole street just like caved in. Yeah, it was crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
Bro. So that just goes to show, huh?
Yeah, dude, there's
goes to show
some
the
serious maintenance needed.
Maintenance is
It's
probably not the
it's
top priority.
Not at all.
What do you think is the priority? Cricket? Rugby?
No, dude. Honestly, I would say the main priority for them is lining their own pockets. The government, dude.
That sucks, man.
yeah.
Tourism there, is it like...
Tourism's good. Cape Town, I'd say, is the best. If you want to go to South Africa, Cape Town's the most beautiful place.
That's where I would need to go?
You wouldn't have to. If you want to go wildlife, Nelspruit is Kruger Park, right? So that's your wildlife. And then take a flight from Nelspruit to Cape Town for your beach holiday. Beautiful. Well, you got the beach there. You got the winelands. You got the mountains. You got everything in Cape Town. Beautiful.
What about Austin here? What is it that you I mean, obviously it's a big change for you.
Yeah.
But what is it that you like to do here? Like, I mean, there's not much time.
Yeah.
You know, you're training every day twice, obviously, but
So,
every now and then is what you like.
Yeah. So honestly, bro, I think the most exciting thing I've done is go to Barton Springs, which doesn't say much. I'm pretty happy with like living a simple life.
Yeah.
I like to do some things like sometimes, but I really don't don't do much. If the homies are hanging out at Christos, we go to Christos or where, whatever someone's doing. But like I don't go out that much.
I mean, I can see that it's Saturday, 11 p.m. and people are probably out watching. There are fights tonight, but
there are fights tonight. Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Dude, I haven't watched the fights in so long. I just look for the Instagram reel.
Not only that, man. If you're weight cutting and everybody's eating wings and drinking beer and shit, and you're just sitting there with your sparkling water, or
bro, I'm supposed to be cutting weight. I had a Big Mac today.
You had a Big Mac?
I shouldn't be telling people this, but
no,
I slipped up.
Shout out your nutritionist. What was his name?
Rory. Yeah. Hopefully Rory doesn't watch this. I'm sorry, Rory.
Don't let him hear it, man. Don't let him hear it. Just don't tell him about this
the
episode.
Big Mac. Yeah.
I've been working with Matteo Capodaglio as well. It's been very good, man.
Yeah.
It's you know what's surprising to me is how much I'm eating. Like I didn't know
that's the thing, right? Yeah.
I'm eating a lot.
Yeah.
Like, are you sure I'm gonna drop weight eating that?
Too, yeah.
The first couple of days I'm like, I see it not moving, but then all of a sudden it
goes
drops.
down. Yeah.
All of a sudden.
It's crazy, right?
I feel like from one day to another, I like step on the scale and I was like 180s, this and that, and I'm 176. Like, fuck, where did that go?
Yeah.
So I think it's over time, these things. It's smarter to diet, man. I feel like,
I mean, like from what I understand, your body gets used to the way you eat, right? So if you can eat consistently for a good period of time, as soon as you change what you're doing, that's when your body weight either goes up or down. So if you eat a set amount and your body's used to that and you start eating less, then your body weight drops quickly. Or if you start eating more that you're not used to, your body weight shoots up,
Yeah.
So I think, like you say, the consistency is really the key, which is where my issue is. I got none of that.
Consistency
with eating, bro. Oh, dude,
it's
so
hard, man.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm finding ways to do it. So like, let's say I went to Columbus last week and it was my first time traveling with food. Like not snacks.
With actual
like
food.
I packed a suitcase, like carry-on, but I packed it with food. It was I fucked up.
Yeah.
Like I had the bad lunchbox. I tried to start. It came in like open. I still managed to eat the things, but it was like
it was everywhere,
smashed up, and it was like things like berries and things like that open. Okay. I had the thing not sealed properly.
Yeah.
But I think that's something I'm gonna start doing, man. Like more often. Like let's say we go to Arizona next week. I'm gonna try it again in like a better way, probably. Try to improve, improve and like just have my scale with me. You know, the food scale.
Yeah.
You gotta have a food scale, man. You have a scale?
I have a food scale, but I don't use it. So for my nutritionist, it's so he does everything by like your hand size, right?
Sick.
So I do two palm sized portions of protein and then one palm sized portion of carbs. So whatever the protein is, and then normally the carb is going to be like a potato or something like that, like something he likes potatoes the most. You can do rice if you want, white rice, but potatoes. So what I've been doing is just roasting potatoes with butternut and Brussels sprouts for my.
You're letting Hannah have some of it or no?
Dude, we cook completely separately, bro. She cooks for herself, I cook for myself.
Look at that.
Dude, otherwise it's chaos because I eat way more than she does. So if we have to split it 50-50, I finish mine first, I eat hers, then she's not happy.
Yeah, so, she's not, and then you're gonna get woken up by Mr. John, huh?
Exactly. John's coming back to life.
John's gonna come back to life, my friend. Don't want to bring John back to life. What about greens? Does he put greens in your diet?
Dude, I honestly, I told him I don't want greens. He doesn't mind.
I thought it was just Americans, man.
No, dude. I mean, really, like, besides, like, what is it really gonna do for me, bro? Like, I mean,
greens.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I understand,
I'm sure it's okay.
From at least me when I talk to him, and I think I shouldn't. Like, I was on the phone with him 2 days ago, and I don't think he should have told me that because I might take it to the extreme. But he's like, greens, not a lot of calories. You can eat a lot of it.
Yeah.
And then I mean, some have like iron, some potassium, some fibers, yada yada yada, all that good stuff. It's got some nutrients. Yeah. And I don't know. At night, I feel like I need like some kind of fiber to keep me. I don't know.
So So the only greens, like, I like Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are good. and then spinach. So if I do spinach in the mornings, either with a smoothie or with eggs. So I'll cook the eggs with spinach. So, but that's
what I do too.
Yeah,
that's all the greens. That's it.
Yeah, that's
no more greens for the rest of the day.
No, well, I mean that's it. Then I'll do like the Brussels sprouts and the potatoes with the other 2 meals.
Okay, that's good. Fruits.
Watermelon fruits I like, but only with breakfast because it's high in sugars, right?
Yeah.
So when you're cutting, not too much fruit for my body anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I have about twice a day usually. I have a portion of fruit.
Yeah.
But greens almost every meal. I'm
Yeah.
surprised. That's what was shocking to me at first, like cutting weight. Usually, I can't believe I fucking freestyled that shit for ADCC and shit.
Dude, me
like,
too.
yeah, I'll have put some peanut butter in my oatmeal. Yeah, I'll be fine. Like things like that. Just
Dude.
wing it.
Yeah,
Dude,
I mean, it worked for me the first time, but I wasn't optimal, you know.
I wasn't optimal.
So
I was not optimal.
But
that
I
day,
like low-key though, I'm kind of nervous for like the trials will be good because it's one day, but like for me now to make 99 kilos 3 days in a row, I'm stressed about that
but
for it.
wouldn't you want to walk around lighter in general?
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna try.
That's the thing is, I'm telling you, it's the diet year round.
Yeah.
Diet to maintain that weight year round.
Dude, it's so hard.
I know.
It's so hard.
I know, but dude,
you have to do it though.
If nobody's doing it, and you're doing it.
Yeah.
Boom, fucking massive advantage.
No, 100%.
If you line everything up.
Yeah. And you look good the whole year, right? Like now I have periods where I'm like I look jacked and shredded, but then other times I look like, you know.
Morning session, empty stomach, you know, when John lets you go fucking those long rounds. And it's good, man.
Yeah.
You go in the sun.
It's good.
Happy days. But yeah, I feel like that's something super important. The other thing I want to take a bit more seriously that I have been, but maybe a little bit more guided and more consistent is weightlifting. You have a nice t-shirt.
Yes.
You've been working with
J House.
J House, guys, was on the episode before Luke.
Yes.
Give it a listen. We talked a lot about training and whatnot. He's a great guy to have in the training room.
Super knowledgeable about lifting too. I mean, he knows his stuff, you know.
And I get my information from a guy who's been in it for like over 30 years.
Yeah.
J House is like half his age.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things that, you know, I tried to get out of Jay is very similar. It goes in line with what, so he knows his shit.
He knows what he's doing.
And it's a lot of things were in line. So he's super legit.
Yeah.
He coaches online. So make sure you try. You've been training with him?
Yeah, I haven't been able to lift as much as I'd like the last couple of weeks. Had like a couple injuries, and I was just busy with dealing with some stuff.
Because, dude, ultimately, I'm not gonna say it's not important to do weightlifting or anything.
It's a supplement, right? Like when I'm not trying to bodybuild, I'm trying to supplement my jiu-jitsu training. So if I'm injured and I feel like I can't lift, I'd rather just not lift and do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, no, 100%. Sometimes rest too.
Yeah, that's true.
Not doing anything.
Yeah,
I know it sounds like
you
weak
have
of
to.
me to say,
bro. You have to.
But there are some days like when I train once instead of twice, and I obviously feel bad deep down. Like I feel good and bad.
Yeah.
I feel good and bad.
Like so you feel relieved, right? Because you're like, oh, okay, I need the rest, but deep down you're like,
when I wake up and I'm feeling like fucking, you know, you wake up and you're destroyed, your eyes don't open. They don't. They're like, you're like this for like I don't know how long. When you get the sleep you need and you wake up and you're like this, I'm like, I gotta get to the gym ASAP, start drilling right away, get on the mats right away, start working, try to like make the most out of every minute. But I feel like that's also super important, man. We don't talk about it as much, but like you heal, your brain picks up on a lot when you're resting. You know, I've been doing a lot of these, like I maybe mentioned it on another episode, but I'll do like these. It's Huberman talks about it.
Okay.
Andrew Huberman. You ever listened to him?
Yeah, I've listened to a few of his.
It's Andrew Huberman, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's not something else. Huberman Lab podcast.
Yeah.
Anyways, he talks about non-sleep deep rest. So I lay down, close your eyes, darkness, and then nothing. And it's crazy. When I do this, I put a timer usually for like 20, 25, sometimes 35. Between sessions, I do it twice. I do it twice, I swear to God. I'll get back from training, I'll drink, I'll hydrate, everything. And then I'll go do it for 25 minutes. And then, let's say I'll go get the sun, I'll go do some mobility, whatever it is. And then after that, I'll take another one. And each time I do it, when my mind is switched off and I'm thinking about anything, something pops up in my head, like we did in training. Like something I did good. You know, sometimes you do things but out of like instinct. And you're like, fuck, this is sick. This clicked right now. Let's say you forget about it. But then when you're in calm mode, that's when it pops up and you remember it.
Yeah.
Or like John shows something sick.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, okay, this detail, game changer. Like, you're in a calm state where you're resting, boom, it pops up in your head.
Yeah.
I feel like this has been helping me a lot with coming up with like questions. So I come up with questions to ask, come up with things to drill, like let's say before or after class, and retain some of the information.
Yeah.
It's been helping me a lot, man.
Yeah.
You try that sometimes? You meditate at all or not?
No, not really.
Have you ever tried it?
I have. I don't feel like I have the concentration for it, to be honest. I start thinking about shit and then like I get distracted.
But that's perfect, because imagine it's like a whirlwind tornado.
Yeah.
That's normal. It starts like that and then it calms down.
Yeah.
When's the last time you tried it?
It's months.
He's never tried it.
No, I've tried it like twice.
Go on, dude. If I were you, bro, South Africa, I'd go there in nature, fucking
bro.
connect.
As soon as I meditate, bro, a lion just eats
lion's
me, bro.
eating you up. Like, fuck, I should have.
Taza, I told you this doesn't
Told you I
work.
should. Now I'm missing an arm, you motherfucker. That's amazing.
No, but I think like what for me is like whenever I have a tough round, it forces me to think. Like when I roll with Nicholas or Giancarlo or Gordon, and like they end up like doing better than me in the round. Yeah, like I don't feel like I don't get annoyed, but it pisses me off that I did stuff wrong, and so then I go home and I can't think about anything else. So it forces me to think about everything that I did wrong.
You let go of your phone. You let go of everything. And you're staring into space.
You're doing it. Well, not staring into space. Like I try and sleep between training sessions, right? Yeah. But so you while I'm sleeping, that's literally all I think about.
Goes my point. You're thinking about it. You're fixing things when you're calm. I'm telling you, it's the same thing for your body. It's like when you stop, that's when it's making those fucking gains. Yeah. It's so hard for me to understand. So, but I learned it the hard way, man. I did a lot of things the wrong way. Yeah. And like I was telling you before we started recording, like this is one thing I'm implementing more, and then skincare. I got my skincare routine, my G. Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm putting lotion after training on my skin. You know, not to grease or to be slippery, but it's true, man. You get those you get ashy. Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Who do we have that's ashy in the gym? Huh?
I don't know. I can't. Who do we have? I can think of a person.
No, it's true, man.
He's been back for one day and we've grilled him so much.
It's true. This is an visible example of like those are like little things that are getting just things like that. Those are gonna make the difference, because it's true, man. Jiu-jitsu, think about it. It's like a young sport. It's true. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like how to stay in the game, we're only figuring it out.
You know, lotion's gonna keep you in the game.
Lotion is one of them. I'm telling you, lotion or just something good for some soap that's good for that doesn't damage the skin.
Dude, I also honestly just think time in the sun, bro. Like time in the sun, like getting your vitamin D, because like we spend so much time indoors that you get deprived of like that sun exposure. I think that's super important. So that's something that I've been doing more, and nice, like especially in the summertime.
Dude,
it's nice.
Right now it's amazing.
So good.
Literally giving me Puerto Rico vibes. Yeah. The amount of heat and never any clouds, barely any
crazy.
Clouds.
Yeah, it's
that's
beautiful.
That's why I wake up, man. First thing, same thing. Yeah. Usually I wake up, boom, right in the sun.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, I'm sitting, and that's when the idea of mobility came up, and then all these things came up, and I want to get a kettlebell soon. I want to start doing things like with kettlebells outside, bands and everything. One thing that Jimmy does confirm that I talked to my trainer about is, you know, like when we're doing jiu-jitsu, a lot of things is like rotational. Yeah. So you let's say you're gonna shoot, you're gonna do an inside reach single leg. You're pulling and then you're pushing. Yes. Let's say you're pulling on the arm to pull him towards you, but your arm is like doing a pushing action. Yes. So like these kind of exercises where like you're pulling one way, you're pushing. Yeah. And then like those things you can implement it with weight and bands. I want to start the.
You know, I actually like. Funny you say that. Like, I think Silvio does a lot of that stuff with the functional patterns that he does. Dude, it looks like a lot of that stuff is kind of like similar with the pushing and pulling and the body twisting. I'd actually like to try that out. Yeah.
This is smart. This is the way to like kind of. Ultimately it's your technique that's gonna win you everything. But it's a good way to keep you safe, keep you strong. And there's nothing with doing a movement a little bit more fluid. You know, it's movements you do. I do arm drag workouts with that band sometimes. And I swear, man, when we were drilling arm drags today, I was just so much more focused on stuffing the wrist, pulling up by the shoulder, really being at the ends of the levers, like wrist, and as opposed to like just half-fast doing it.
Yeah.
So I feel like there are ways to work out. Well, at least for me, I'm figuring out ways to work out where it's like not always doubles, not as taxing.
Yeah.
And you can try to find ways, man. You know what I mean? I found Hannah just plucked my first gray hair in my head. Big 3-0.
Yeah.
I'm 30 years old now, man. So I have an excuse.
I
have a valid excuse. Can't wait till I get to 70 and be like, what was your hair?
Yeah, dude.
And everybody's ears.
So far, so good. By the way, my dad went at 21. He was like completely gray already.
Yeah.
So I'm 22 and I'm still good. So hopefully
Is your dad balding or no?
No, dude.
No?
I'm so lucky, bro. Like all my
That's my biggest fear.
All my grandparents my granddads both have full head of hair.
Dude, that's so good for you. Dude, the second I start balding, my flight to Turkey right away. Bro, I'm going to Turkey, man. I'm getting
to get a hair implant.
Go to Turkey, enjoy the beach, some kebabs, man, some good food, some nice view by the beach.
I can never go bald, bro. I have like the head wrinkles. I can't. If I ever go bald, bro, I disappear.
Bro, I'm paying for your flight to Turkey.
Yeah.
We're sponsoring the flight.
Yeah.
Nah, there's jiu-jitsu in Turkey too, man. There's jiu-jitsu in Turkey. And teach, pay up the... There's grappling in Turkey, man. You're good. Go teach, pay up the implants, all that. We're good, man. Very good. Hopefully never, though.
Please.
Hopefully never. Turkey is a nice place, though.
It is. I've never been,
It is a touristy destination with good food and everything. And there's what's his name, Arturo, and he has
Costa Rica.
He has an academy.
He's got an academy there now.
In there too, in Henzo Gracie, I think. I don't know, Istanbul or something like that.
Okay.
I know the capital is Istanbul. But
dude, I'd love to go out and train with them again. I was there. Like early 2022.
I remember.
Yeah, it was a good time.
You had to
just
get out to get back in.
Yeah, dude, Arturo was the best, dude. He put me up in a hotel. Had me teach at the academy for a couple of days.
He's the man.
Such a nice guy. Great students as well.
Arturo's
awesome people.
Oh yeah, the group of guys there.
Dude, such nice guys.
I went there after ADCC when I was blind from that EKC.
Oh yeah,
that EKC, that conjunctive fucking vitis, whatever it's called. In my eye, in both eyes. Basically, the whole BJJ community had that was at ADCC. At least you see everyone posting pictures with one eye missing almost. But yeah, it was great, man. They took me out. We went out. We had fun. They showed me around. They took me up hiking, this, that, rafting.
Dude.
Cool. It's good, man. Nature is good.
Yeah, they took me paddleboarding. Bro, it was the second time I've done it. Bro, they took us around an island. Bro, I almost died, I swear. I thought I was gonna be like fit enough to do it. Bro, that stuff is tiring. Like after 2 hours out there, I'm like, I can't even see the beach yet. I'm like, okay, I'm done. This is me. I'm gonna die.
It's fun though.
It was a lot of fun, But dude, when you're like you're an athlete, you're like, oh man, I can do this, bro. You can't do everything.
You
bro.
can't do everything. For sure not. For sure not. But those activities were fun, man. Yeah. It was great time. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's the same group of guys in Istanbul if we go bald. Yeah. Man. So we should be sick. We should be good.
For sure.
Look, man, it's getting like 11:15 now. I mean, we can go on till like 5 a.m. if we had to. You probably have stories about things blowing up in South Africa for days, man.
Got a couple.
You want to seal the deal with maybe one more, like one thing that happened, like maybe growing up that like fucking struck you, and then maybe if you remember another one, and then another one.
So there was a time we were like a bunch of like friends. We were having like lunch in a mall. And we heard like some shots go off.
Shots?
Shots, yeah.
I heard sharks, man.
Gunshots go off.
Fucking flying sharks.
And everyone ducked on the table and like start screaming and whatnot. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, oh, you guys are tripping. Like this is just a backfire out of a car exhaust. And it was actually gunshots. And one of the girls who was with us, her boyfriend was like out and stuff in the mall, and now she's like dying, right? It's her husband right now, but he was somewhere out, and she was like, oh no, he's gonna get killed, and da. So now I'm like, oh man, this is just a backfire, like let me go get him. So dude, I ended up walking straight past the shop. It was a jewelry store. They were robbing, dude. They were all in there. I walked right past, bro. Right past the jewelry store. Thank goodness nothing happened. I went to look for this guy. I walked past. I couldn't find him. I walked straight past. They were still in. I was like, oh no, dude. Like 10 minutes later, you start hearing the shots again. The cops, everyone's in there. I was like, oh man, that was a little bit risky. I shouldn't have gone walking around. But yeah, that was a close one.
So that's the only near-death experience you've had?
I mean,
you ever
I think so.
swim with sharks? Like you go to Cape Town, swim with sharks. You don't do that shit?
That's for me. I'm smart enough to know better.
You don't surf?
I've surfed, but I've never like willingly like gone shark cage diving. You know, like some people like go shark cage diving.
They're like, I want to be by the shark.
Yeah, not for me.
Whereas surfers, they're like, oh fuck, there's a shark.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you? Like, oh fuck, there's a shark.
So thankfully, I've never had like an experience with a shark, but dude, it's very scary. It's honestly, dolphins are just as scary because you don't know. But I've had dolphins like pop up with the fin comes up right there, and you think it's a shark.
Oh my god!
But it's not, thankfully. But dolphins, bro, they stink so bad, bro.
Dolphins?
They smell like rotten fish because they eat the fish and whatever, and it just gets old and stuck in the teeth or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can smell them. You can smell them, before you can see them.
Help them floss or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
while you're surfing. Just
Yeah.
get back on the wave.
Yeah.
The flossing dolphins.
Yeah. But I think Hannah, you've gone shark cage diving.
Yeah.
She's done it. Yeah.
Was it worth the hype? Was it like?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go like in the. It was more like in like a park because I was at a sharker.
So it was like a marine, like an aqua center, like
marine land thing.
Yeah, pretty much like that. Yeah.
That's not the same.
Yeah.
You're not like, where's the it's there, the shark's there.
Yeah.
No, doesn't count. You'll have to do it again.
The shark's a shark.
You'll have to do it again, Hannah, or it doesn't count. But you were in the water with the shark, and the shark was face to face with you, looking at you like, I want to eat you, but I can't. There's the cage.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's okay. I guess it still counts then. Because that shark can flip and bend the metal or whatever.
Yeah.
Look, my friend, muchas gracias. Thank you so much, my friend. Christos, thank you so much. You want to close it off with maybe thanking? We want to thank.
Yes, forever.
For without her, we wouldn't be in the country.
Exactly, absolutely, yeah. Thank you to Betty. We appreciate everything.
We want to thank House Strong.
Yes, shout out to Jimmy. Thank you. You guys go buy the shirts. I'm pretty sure they're almost sold out. So you guys, these are like the comfiest shirt I've ever worn. So
it looks comfy.
Yeah,
he needs to do that long sleeve.
Dude, long sleeve. Dude, Jimmy needs to come up with some other colors, bro. This is one's not enough. I need
one
more.
color. It's a nice color. I like.
It's a nice color, but you know.
What does the writing say here? Do you know?
Dude, I've got no idea. Probably just
Jiu Jitsu or some shit.
His name and
House Strong
or whatever. Yeah.
House Strong.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe.
But yeah.
Yeah, guys, support. Obviously, like, whatever, subscribe. We'll do other episodes at some point. We don't know when. We don't know when this is dropping. We don't know. Who cares?
Yeah. We'll do it
when it comes up. Listen to it.
We'll
you
do
like
a part
it?
2 in South Africa. You come with me to South Africa. We'll do a part 2 in the wild.
We'll do it when there's power.
When we'll have to take a generator. We start it up.
We'll bring Christos. Christos will be right there until the shark decides that, or a lion decides that. Shark, no, not shark, or a rhino. But yeah, we'll do another one, man, for sure. Everybody back in South Africa should be very proud of Luke Griffith and Hannah.
Yes.
And Hannah, not forget.
John. You mean John?
And John.
Yeah, John.
John Griffith.
Yes, John Griffith over there.
Let's go. We're gonna seal the deal, guys. If you enjoy this episode, there's gonna be more of Luke, more of everybody from the team. Yeah, that's it, man. We're training, we're grinding. Whenever we can do these episodes, we're gonna do them. Whenever they drop, we'll let you guys know. Until then, keep training.
Peace out.
Peace out.